Good morning, everybody. Hello, hello. Happy Friday. How's everybody doing? Good morning, good morning. Welcome on in. Another edition of Mornings with Miss Potts. And we have so much to talk about. Lots and lots to talk about. Welcome on in, everybody. Don't forget, give it a thumbs up on your way in. Say hello. Happy Friday. Hope everybody's having a great day. Audio should be good. We shouldn't be having any audio issues, friends. Jace, good morning. Teresa, good morning. How you doing today? Give it a few minutes. Let some notifications click in. I obviously didn't title it anything Idaho. Maybe I should have. SoCal Gal, good morning. How you doing? Welcome in, everybody. Happy Friday. We got a lot to talk about. I got a lot on my mind. Obviously, StreamYard blows when I try to use the computer. I'm working on that. I have my computer. I just dropped it off today, actually. I dropped it off this morning and said, y'all better fix this motherfucker. Handle it, right? So hopefully they're going to fix that for me. I let them know it seems to be a mic issue inside the computer itself. So hopefully they'll be able to fix that for me. Right now I'm just working with my phone. So kind of blows, but it is what it is. Originally, what I wanted to do last night, and it wasn't working for me, was, let some people come on in, let some people click the link. Christy, good morning, honey. How you doing? Karma Police, hello. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to drop the link. I wanted to do this last night. If you are a troll and you try to click the link to show me your peen, just be forewarned. I will collect your face. I will absolutely get every bit of data I need for you, and I will send it to the Department of Homeland Security. So if you try to click the link because you want to show me your peen, probably wouldn't be a good idea for you to do that because I will send all of your information to the Department of Homeland Security. So be forewarned, motherfuckers trolling in my chat. If you click that link and you try to show me your penis, I will send all of your information to the authorities. Just so we're clear. Nobody wants to see your dirty peen, okay? But I did put the link in chat if anybody would like to click it. It's there. I think I did that right. I'm on my phone. It should be pinned. Good morning, everybody. Feel free to click the link. Dago, if you're listening. Willie, if you're here, good morning. I know my for fuck's sake Fitziana will not click the link. Maybe Kane, if he's awake, will. But, there's quite a few things that I want to talk about. And I'm not going to lie. I'm never going to stop talking about it. I don't care. Find out who the other three men are. I don't care how you do it, Bill Thompson. Okay, Ashley Jennings. I don't care how you do it. Figure out who the other three men are. We understand you didn't do it in the beginning. We understand you didn't bother to identify the other unknown male DNA in that home. Okay? I get it. You didn't bother with it, but now you should. Now you should. And I really hope, the families, I gotta say, I understand why some families don't care, and I have my own theories about why I believe some of the family members don't care. There's another man, there's at minimum 3 other men's DNA in that home, in that crime scene, that are pertinent to the crime and the crime scene. And they didn't bother. And I got to tell you, if I'm one of these family members, it's the only thing, especially if I have a lawyer, right? Especially if I have a lawyer. I'm suing everybody, including the prosecutor's office, to figure out exactly why the 3 other men were not identified and charged. I'm sorry. I get it. There is a lot of you who, you think Brian's totally 1,000,000% innocent, and that is fine. You are entitled to that opinion. What I'm saying is that he has taken a plea. Fine, he took the plea. There are still 3 other men's DNA pertinent to this crime scene that were not identified. They just weren't identified. They were not pursued. They were not identified. And I just truly believe that, anybody who says that they're all about real justice for the victims, like true justice is you identify all the motherfuckers involved and you charge them accordingly. And I don't understand why there is an unknown male DNA mixed with victim blood on the back of the sheet that hasn't been identified. And you have two other men's blood, separate and unique, three separate and unique distinct profiles outside of Q11. You claim that's his DNA you found on the strap, not the snap. Originally, we're told it's the snap, right? In fact, it was the strap. So if you've got his DNA from the strap, why didn't you bother with the others? Why didn't you bother with the others? Why is it the trace sample from Q11? You had to do things to it to amplify it, to concentrate it in order to even pull a profile for CODIS. Yet the other ones, you have their actual blood, and those didn't go to CODIS, huh? So the bloods didn't go to CODIS. The other male, Q14, that one, you're trying to tell me you couldn't do anything with that to amplify it, concentrate it, and build a profile? Are we serious? Right? Are we serious? Good morning, everybody. Noelle, Amethyst, Teresa, hello, Big Red. What up? Welcome in, everybody. Bree Sully, darling, where are you? What up, gangsta? I don't know where Bree Sully is. I'm sure she's lurking somewhere. So, yeah, I'm not going to lie, friends. It's really bugging me. It's bugging me so much. You have no idea. It's in my brain. It's a brain worm. It's a parasite, and it's there every day. And it's eating away at my brain. Okay? It's literally fucking eating away at my brain, this parasite in my brain that is the unknown motherfucking males that were never identified. And I don't understand how you even let that go. I don't know how you let it go. As the prosecutor, as the investigators, the lab workers, like how is it that all of these people are not concerned about the three other men? Know what I mean? I don't get it. Too fast for Felice. You're so pretty. Good morning. Stuart Jones. Good to see you. Welcome on in. Welcome in, everybody. Share the link. Let your friends know we're live. We're live. It's open panel. Let's go. Let's go. I would love to hear some people's thoughts on this. How is it that we are not, Suzanne B., good morning. How is it we need to, strongly worded emails to the prosecutor's office? Bill, sir, what are you doing? Why were these men not identified, sir? Sir, you're conceding the 4 alternate perpetrators you plan to use as witnesses in your case were original fucking suspects. They were suspects. You're conceding, sir. You cleared them you excluded them from area Q14. The male DNA on the back of the sheet. You're conceding this. You're conceding this, Bill. So why didn't you bother to identify that person, Bill? What is happening, Bill Thompson, that you're aware of unknown male blood B, unknown male blood D, and another unknown male mixed with victim blood on the back of the sheet? Bill, why didn't you identify them, Bill? What are you doing, Bill Thompson, that these men were not identified and charged? Why, Bill? What are you doing, Bill? Whose call was it, Bill, to ignore the 3 other males? Whose call was that? Who made that call? Was it an investigator? Was it the prosecutor? These are the questions. These are the questions we need to hammer home to these people until they start talking about it. Brian Enton, Ashley Banfield, all you motherfuckers, why aren't you talking about it? The state concedes there's no less than 3 other motherfucking men whose DNA was found in this crime scene. It's pertinent to the crime scene. 2 of them, it's their blood on the handrail, in a glove outside. Never pursued, never identified. Why isn't Brian Enton asking these questions? Why isn't Ashley Banfield asking these questions? Why isn't Anjanette Levy asking these questions? Why are none of these mainstream media people talking about the filings from the state, where the state concedes no less than 3 other men? We know their DNA is in this crime scene. We know their blood is in this crime scene. We didn't bother to identify them. The only thing we did was take those profiles and excluded other people from them. No IGG, no CODIS, no nothing. Well, Jethro, it's not the police. The police aren't the ones who identify the DNA. That's not police work. The police have nothing to do with that. Your lead crime scene investigators are the ones who collect everything. Forensics collects everything, not the police. The police aren't the ones who do the testing. The police aren't the ones who, go into the lab and figure out who all these profiles belong to. That's not a police work job. That would be the call of the prosecutor. That would be the lab is telling you as the prosecutor, hey, we have multiple motherfucking men in this crime scene. 2 of them are their blood. That's your lab letting the prosecutor know, and someone in the prosecutor's office is making the call to not pursue that. I have 2 live streams going at once. I don't think I do, Sandra. Do I? Oopsie. Maybe I do, honey. Jazz King, my king. Good morning. Good morning. So good to see you. As always, sir. Welcome in. Welcome. Hey, the link is pinned there if anybody wants to click it. I am on my phone. I can only see a couple comments at a time. I'm going to try and get to everybody. Jethro. It's because there's no accountability. If the prosecutor does not do their job, there's no punishment. Right. Exactly. Right. Hi, Sandra. Yeah, thanks, honey, for letting me know. I apparently have 2 streams going, guys. So sorry. Didn't know I did that. My bad. 2 Cent Unpent. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome in. Welcome. Sleepy Kitty. Good morning. One is for phones and one is not. Oh, okay. Well, that's why. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. If there's 2 going, oh, well. It is what it is. It's because on the back end here of StreamYard, it tells you recommended to do landscape and portrait, or whatever. I clicked the one that was recommended. If it means there's 2 streams going, then whatever. It is what it is, friends. So yeah, here we go. Here we go again. It's Friday, and Miss Potts is never going to stop talking about the 3 unidentified men. Mr. Gonsalves, respectfully, sir, if anybody is going to be able to get into the sphincters of these people in the state of Idaho, it's going to be you, sir. You and your son. So, Mr. Gonsalves Jr., respectfully, get in the asses of these people and find out exactly why they are conceding there are 3 other motherfucking men whose DNA was recovered from this crime scene, and for whatever reason, your state prosecutor didn't think it was pertinent to identify those people and charge them. Like, I'm sorry. I am so sorry, But somebody needs to literally be like a damn tapeworm into the assholes of these people. Okay? This is what needs to happen. I'm sorry. I get it. There are other families that don't care. They just want to move on, and they don't give a shit that the state didn't do their job here. But I'm not one of them. Okay. And I don't even know these kids, but I have a kid that age, and I got to tell you, if this was my kid and I'm reading these documents now that the case is closed and I'm finding out that the state knew of no less than 3 other perpetrators, they didn't bother to identify them, I would be, you know, I wouldn't even, I would never stop. I would literally never stop. I would be like a tapeworm in their sphincter, right? Just an itchy tapeworm in their sphincter all day long until they figured it out. I don't know how you are not identifying them. And what's interesting is when you look at a lot of these lab reports and the communications between the lab and the prosecutor, they're asking for permission to consume the entire sample. And the lab's coming back saying, yeah, we consumed it. However, a profile still exists. We retained the profile. So they have the fucking profiles. Know what I mean? Elizabeth Wagner, hello. Good morning. Welcome in, everybody. Beach Babe. Hi. Did you see, Beach Babe? Sorry, I'm trying to read your comment, honey. Did you all see Senor's video on the stickers on the wall? Yeah, they were there before the first responding officers arrived. Yeah, I know. Trust me, I was asking about it too when we first got the body cams because I'm zooming in on the stickers on the wall. One is for Maddie, one is for Xana. And it shows which room they're in, right? Shows which room they're in. I don't know who put those there. No idea why they're there. Couldn't tell you. But it is super interesting that you have these stickers on the wall before first responders get there that appear to be giving the location of 2 people in the home. Why that is, I have no idea. It doesn't make sense. Got to tell you, doesn't make sense. But, I just want to I'm never going to stop talking about it, and I don't care. I don't care. I'm nobody, right? I'm just some little old, pleb on the street, just some random American citizen, right? But, sometimes that's what it takes. Sometimes it takes someone like me who's nothing but a huge, annoying pain in the ass for things to get accomplished. And if that's what I have to do is just be a huge, annoying pain in the ass to everybody until the state does something about it or until a family pursues it, I don't know what else to do other than just be a huge pain in the ass for all of them. And I'm never going to stop talking about it. Othram, I need to know. Did you know, Othram, did you know there were 3 other unidentified profiles in the home? Did you know that, Othram? Did the state even tell you there were 2 other men's blood in the crime scene? Did anybody tell Othram that? Is Othram aware of the 2 other men's blood? Is Othram aware of the other male DNA on the back of the sheet? Are they even aware? Were they even told? Or was Othram told, nope, the only thing we got is this single source mail from the strap, snap, wherever? Right? Is Othram, obviously now Othram would be aware. I'd be interested on Othram's comments and what they think about the other men's DNA that was never identified or pursued. Know what I mean? Paco, good morning. Welcome on in. Good to see you. No, you're the best, Paco. Paco says, Brian, if you can hear me, I'm offering to drive across the country to pick you up soon. Well, Paco, got to tell you, Brian's probably not going anywhere anytime soon. Hate to be the bearer of bad news, but Mr. Koberger is sitting where he's at, and he's going to be there for a while. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Elizabeth Wagner. My concern is why we don't see a sheet filled with blood near Maddie. Why no pics? Well, I agree with you on that one, honey. We should have definitely at least, I understand they want to blur out the bodies or whatever the case may be, but we should have gotten a picture of the sheet in its original state of how it was found. I will let everybody know, I did get an email finally back from Matthew Gamet yesterday. I have been waiting on the 7,000 Liz Q 360 photos. I did put in a separate request to Idaho State Police for that, probably about 90 days ago. We're nearing the 90-day mark on my request. He did answer me back about a week ago, said they were still working out the finer details on that, on what they can release and how they can release it because of the order that Meghan Marshall put in about blurring out the rooms, I guess. So I did get an email back from Mr. Gamet yesterday letting me know that there is not going to be a cost for the 7,000 Liz Q 360 photos. So they plan to release all of these photos for free. It's going to be released to the head agency in charge of the case, which is going to be MPD, is my understanding. According to Matthew Gamet, IFP plans to release the 7,360 photos. Mr. Gamet agrees the crime scene pics are of public interest and that public interest is outweighing the need to keep them sealed. So according to Mr. Gamet, the 7,000 Liz Q 360 crime scene photos are going to be released. And they're going to be released for free to the public. And I got that email yesterday. So, at least we've got that. But then again, they're talking about going in and they're not sure how they're going to be able to modify the photos in this software because the way that Liz Q works, it's going to be tricky for them to be able to go in and blur out certain things with this software. It is what it is. So I don't know how they're going to do that because I understand how Liz Q works. And I'm super interested to see how they're going to go in and attempt to blur out certain things like blood and stuff in Liz Q 360. I'm super interested to see how they're going to do that. If anybody has ever even done a basic cursory search, go watch a YouTube video on how Liz Q 360 works. I'm super interested to see how they're going to be able to blur anything out, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. We are going to be getting 7,000 crime scene photos that were done with the Liz Q 360 software, which is insane. That's what I've been waiting for. I don't care about, the pics that Snyder took with his phone and shit like that. I'm of the opinion everything that they've released thus far is shit that isn't even relevant. It's shit that isn't even relevant. I think the stuff that they aren't releasing is the relevant stuff. The stuff that they say, oh, what do you mean? It doesn't exist, or we can't give that, or that's the stuff we want. All the stuff that they're charging these people thousands of dollars for these FOIAs, don't pay it. I don't know why people are out here doing these, oh, let's raise, fucking $10,000 for FOIAs. I don't know why you're doing that. I really don't. Because what they're giving you is so irrelevant. The things that you're paying for are so irrelevant. And I'm not saying that to knock another creator. What I'm saying is you don't need to give them thousands of dollars for this stuff. They have to release it all anyway. And they have to release it for free. I'm just saying. Like even Lana, there were cost estimates that she was given for certain things, right? And she had to pay for that. And I get it. It's a lot of it is because people want to get it they'd rather get it now than have to wait. And I totally get that. But a lot of this stuff you don't even have to pay for. A lot of this you don't have to pay for. It's going to be released for free. So I'm just throwing that out there to everybody. When it comes to donating money and stuff like that, it's all going to be released for free at some point. So save your money is what I'm saying. I know there's a lot of other creators out there just paying out thousands of dollars for this shit and they don't have to. They don't. So, that's just my opinion. It's just my opinion. There are certain things you want to pay for, $30 here, $40 there. It's going to cost for them to prep it. That's all you should be paying. Whatever it's going to cost for them to prep the item, right, that you're requesting. Obviously, if you're going in with this any and all type of request, any and all records, they're going to charge you an arm and a leg for that. But if you're specific and you're going for one body cam, one document, one this, one that, you're only paying $30 to have them prep it. That's it. So the whole, exactly, Sandra, extortion 101, right. The whole creators being extorted by the state police to fulfill these FOIA requests and stuff, that's what it is. It's extortion 101 because we don't have to pay for any of this stuff. I don't. I haven't had to pay for a single thing yet that they've given me. Nothing. Nothing. Not a dime. Every single thing I've gotten has been given to me for free. There's only one thing I had to pay for, and it was $30. That's it. And I didn't pay the $30 because they literally released it to MPD's own fucking website. So, I was looking for all of the reports. The MPD, like the supplemental reports. They wanted to charge me $30 to prep them. I said, okay, no problem. And then they just ended up releasing them all anyway for free. So this is why I say, don't pay the money. You don't have to. But yeah. So, well, I wouldn't want to see everything either, 2 cent unpent. I would want to see everything. Right. I do want to see everything. And now here's what's messed up, right? There's a lot of people out there that will say to you, why do you even want to see the crime scene photos? Right? I don't want the crime scene photos because I plan to show them on my channel or anything like that. I would never show these poor victims in their state that they were found, even if those photos were released to me unredacted. I wouldn't show that. My interest in the crime scene photos is the blood spatter. And that's why I'm interested in it. It's for blood stain analysis, blood spatter pattern analysis. That's why I want it. It's for me. That's why I want it. Because the blood doesn't lie. Because the blood doesn't lie. The blood doesn't lie. And, after seeing some of the photos that were released to NBC, the few photos that we got that NBC Nightly News ended up releasing, after seeing some of the blood pooling, the smearing, the patterns on the wall upstairs, right? And then you read the original Exhibit A from Mitch Nunes. Mitch Nunes is under the impression that at minimum 2 of these victims appear to not only have cutting trauma, but Mitch Nunes believes they may have damage done by a firearm, right? He believes this is a firearm-related crime. He believes they're going to be looking for firearms, ammunition, spent shell casings, explosive materials, fireworks. When he's applying for his search warrant for King Road and he's establishing probable cause to the magistrate to get that search warrant, this is what he's telling the magistrate. We're looking for guns. We're looking for ammunition. We're looking for spent shell casings. We're looking for receipts that have anything to do with ammunition and firearms. We have the defense claiming multiple weapons, multiple perps. I'm super interested in whether or not the defense's expert, Nodell, who happens to be a crime scene reconstruction expert, but his expertise forensically is in firearms. I'm super interested if Nodell was under the impression a firearm was used in this crime. Mitch Nunes was. Mitch Nunes' Exhibit A, the original Exhibit A, was under that impression, and that's what he's asking for. Tattoo Gal, welcome in. Beautiful Meg P, good morning, honey. Bree Sully, I was just saying, weird Bree Sully, what up, gangsta? Good morning, honey. Welcome in, Pamela Smith, hello. Boots, oh my goodness, Bootsy. So good to see you. Thanks for keeping me occupied while I drive to watch the grandbaby. Anytime, honey, anytime. Jackie B, good morning, good morning. The link is pinned for anybody who wants to hop up. As long as you're not some pervert trying to show me your peen, you can come on up. If you are a pervert and you click the link to show me your peen, I'm going to send all of your information to the Department of Homeland Security, just so you know. Anna D, good morning. Good morning, honey. How you doing? So yeah, friends, it would appear that for the most part, a lot of these, in the very beginning, The initial responding officers are under the impression a firearm was used in this crime, and a knife, right? One of these victims, he's saying it appears she has large amounts of cutting trauma to her face. But then he's also saying the other one, that you can't even tell the basic facial structure. The basic facial structure is unrecognizable. That to me sounds firearm. It sounds firearm, personally. And then when you look at the state's exhibit list that they plan to use, the autopsy photos of Kaylee specifically, right, where it talks about the fracture to the inside of her cranium, right? What's going on in the back of her mouth and the back where, like, the back of the head, the teeth, the jaw, all back there. That to me sounds firearm related, what is being described. That's just my opinion. I don't know shit. Okay? For anybody who's new here, if you're just clicking in, do not listen to me. I don't know shit. There are no facts here. I'm just some snarky bitch on the internet giving my opinion. Do not listen to me. Read the documents for yourself. Come to your own conclusions. That's how we roll around here. Okay? I don't need you to believe anything I say. I really don't. You can just go read it for yourself. Okay? Yeah, exactly, Elizabeth. And very personal. Right. Yeah, 2 cent unpent. Yeah, they're talking about, like, the injuries, whatever damage is going on in the back of her head, inside of her mouth, her teeth, things like that. You know, it's insane. It's absolutely insane. So, you know, when you go back to the beginning and you have the original Exhibit A, you have what Mitch Nunes is telling the court in order to get the search warrant for the residence. Even Mitch Nunes is under the impression we have something firearm related here. He believes they're going to be looking for a firearm, you know, some kind of spent shell casings, ammunition. He's going off Bethany too, who's saying she thought she heard a firework and saw flashes under her door, etc. Sparklers, right? It sounds like even Mitch Nunes is under the impression from jump a firearm was used at some point in this crime. Just my opinion. It sounds like that's what he's getting at, right? And it's sad. It's actually sad. Ali Guido, good morning to you. You're listening while you're at work. Well, happy Friday, honey. Hope you have a great day at work. So, you know, I don't know. It's just, it bothers me. Like I said, it won't get out of my brain no matter how much I've tried to get it out of my brain. Like, Annie, just let it go. They're never going to identify these people. You need to let it go. He took a plea. He's going to sit in jail for the rest of his life. There's nothing you can do, right? Exactly, Meg P. Yes, exactly. It was literally said at the end of Nunes' video to check for shell casings. Right, right. And this is what I'm getting at. It's very clear. They believed a firearm was used in this crime. And I'm sorry, but this parasite won't leave my brain. The 3 others. Who are the 3 others? They need to be identified. I don't care how you do it. I don't care if you have to backdoor their fucking DNA just like you did with Kohberger, feds. Do you hear me, FBI? Cash Patel. Sir. Mr. Cash Patel. Somebody send this to Cash Patel. You're head of the FBI, sir. I don't care if the FBI has to take these profiles from ISP and backdoor that shit just like they did with Kohberger. Go put these profiles into Prometheus, FBI, just like you did with Kohberger. Put the profiles into Prometheus and find out who the fuck they are. It's not that hard. Know what I mean? It's just not that hard. Literally. I don't care what you have to do, Cash Patel. Handle it. Make it happen. Orange Man. Someone send out the bat signal to Orange Man. Okay? Agent fucking Orange, sir, please. Make Cash Patel take these profiles from Idaho State Police Run them through Prometheus and find out who they are. Okay? I don't care. No, I don't even want Othram to do the work, Paco. I don't want Othram to do the work. I want the FBI to take the 3 unidentified male profiles and put them in Prometheus, just like they did with Kohberger. Just like they did with Kohberger. Upload them as though you are the user. Do not put them in as a law enforcement kit. Upload them as though you're the user, just like you did with Kohberger, and find out who they are. Identify them. Okay? Sorry, it just needs to be done. I don't care how it gets done. Cash Patel, make it happen. Make it happen, sir. You can read the documents for yourself, sir. The state of Idaho has conceded there are 3 other males who were never identified or pursued. 2 of them left their blood in the crime scene. 1 of them left their DNA mixed with the victim DNA on the back of the sheath, Cash Patel. And the state of Idaho prosecutor, Bill Thompson, never bothered to identify those people. Never had the lab identify those people. So Cash Patel, get those 3 profiles and put them in Prometheus. We know you can do it. We know you can. You can do it. You can use Prometheus, FBI. Gabby Vargas knows you can use Prometheus. CC Moore knows you fuckers can use Prometheus. So do it. Do it. You backdoor shit all the time. So just do it. Backdoor these 3 other motherfuckers that were not identified and find out who they are and charge them accordingly. I don't care who they are. I don't care if they're in a frat. I don't care if they're cops. I don't care who they are. Identify them. I don't care if it's the motherfucking university president himself. Identify them and charge them accordingly. It needs to be done. I don't care. And if the state isn't going to do it, the FBI should be seizing that data for those profiles and putting them into Prometheus. Know what I mean? I'm on a tear today, friends. I'm on a tear, and I'm never going to stop talking about it. I'm never going to stop talking about it. Yeah, every time I say Prometheus, Bill Thompson gets slapped. Exactly. Like, come on, FBI. You know you can do it. Just do it. Just do it. You know, just do it. Take the profiles and put them into Prometheus. You don't even have to upload them as law enforcement. We all know this. You know, you can literally just seize the profiles from the lab, from the Idaho State Police lab. The profiles still exist. Riley Nowlin and the lab workers have admitted these profiles still exist, even though they consumed the sample, the profile still exists. So get the profiles, put them into Prometheus, and identify the 3 unknowns. It's really not that hard. Backdoor it just like you did with his. Okay? Exactly, Paco. The killers are laughing, FBI. You understand that, right, FBI? The other motherfuckers who were in the house with Brian, they're laughing. They're laughing. Brian knows who he was with. The state knows who Brian was with. That's why the state didn't want any allocution from Brian. That's why the state didn't want to ask him anything. It's not because the state believes he's going to lie. It's because the state doesn't want him to talk. Would you want him to talk? If you're the state and you know he knows who he was with, you know who he was with, you're not pursuing those people. Of course you don't want him to allocute. I'm just saying. It is what it is, friends. You know what I mean? The FBI did what they did here because the FBI is the one who did the work. And this is why the FBI told fucking state and Moscow police, you can't use anything we did. Everything we did, we're not supposed to be doing. And the public can't know we're doing it. So you can't use our work. You understand? This is why the FBI is literally telling the state, we'll do the work, but you can't fucking say we did it for you. You're going to have to make it look like you did your own shit. You can't use our work. You're not allowed to use our work because everything we did, we're not supposed to be doing. You understand? This is why the FBI is just a tip. This is why they told the state, we were just a tip, bro. You're not using anything we did. The FBI was just a tip. But we all know what the FBI is capable of doing behind the scenes. So for anybody who thinks that the FBI was doing all this work behind the scenes and then that work was used to just frame someone, that the FBI is complicit in just framing Koberger and letting the other people get away with it, I'm not on that boat. I'm not on that boat. You're welcome to try to change my mind, but I'm not on that boat. I'm of the opinion the FBI got to the right place. They just did it in a way they're not supposed to. And that's why it was just a tip and you can't use our work. You know, but what do I know? I don't know shit. Meg P. I want to know how Brian made friends with killers so quickly when he had a hard time even making friends. Yeah, I know, Meg. My guess is meth. My guess is drugs. Hate to say it, but the quickest way you're going to be able to know people in an area, you get yourself hooked up with the guy who can get you some shit. It is what it is. Anybody who's ever done drugs in their life, even if you just smoke weed and you needed to have a weed dealer, you know? When I moved to Tampa, when I was living down in Tampa and went there for work, I didn't know anybody. But you best believe I found a motherfucking weed dealer real quick. Because that's when I used to smoke a lot of weed. Okay? And you will be able to find, that's the quickest way. When you move somewhere new and you don't know anybody, I hate to say it, but, you know, you don't need to make friends. You just need to find somebody who can get you some fucking weed or, you know, get you what you need. If you need to stay up all night and you're a teacher's assistant and your schedule is jam-packed and you're going to school and you're also trying to get your PhD, you're trying to get your master's and all of this, I mean, maybe you need something to help you stay awake. I don't fucking know, you know? He could have met somebody through, if he was doing some kind of like, you know, with his internship or whatever. I don't know. It is what it is. I can tell you, I used to smoke a lot of fucking weed, man, in my 20s and before I had kids. And when I moved to Tampa for work and I was living in Tampa and I didn't know a single soul, the first thing I did was find someone who could get me some motherfucking weed. And then that's how I met people from there. You meet people at work. You meet people, maybe you go smoke a joint with someone. Maybe, you know, your neighbor's like, oh, you smoke? I smoke. You want to smoke? Right? I'm just saying. This is how you can meet people very, very quickly. Even if you're an awkward person, even if you necessarily, I don't even like having friends. I've always been a loner and I don't like making friends. I have very, very few friends in my life that are friends, that are dear friends, right? There's like 3 people that I consider to be dear, dear friends. And outside of that, I don't have friends. I don't have friends. And I'm fine with it. That's how I've always been. You know? So if he is a loner, Brian's the kind of person who's a loner anyway, which it doesn't appear that way. You know, according to Willie and Rich and stuff, Brian actually had a lot of friends and a lot of dudes he hung out with, and they smoked a lot of weed and shit, man. You know, that was their thing to do out there where they were in PA. They drove around and smoked blunts and shit. You know, it's what they did. We've all been there. Gen 7, what up, gangsta? Good morning. How are you, honey? So good to see you. It says there's 73 of you here. I hope you gave it a thumbs up at least. And even if you're only lurking and you hate me, you know, give it a thumbs down. Do something. Make yourself known, you know. Thumbs it up, thumbs it down. Follow your heart, not your frown. The link is pinned. If anybody wants to click it, come up and have a little chit chat. Where's Twiz? Where is Twiz? Let's say his name 3 times and maybe he'll appear. Twizzle stick, Twizzle stick, Twizzle stick. Where are you? Where's my Twiz? Somebody get my Twiz. I know the last time Twiz was up with me on my panel, it seemed like we were fighting and we were arguing and stuff, but we weren't. Twiz and I can go back and forth with each other and stuff. I think I did yell at him though, and I told him if he was going to keep talking over me that I was going to mute him. And then I kept trying to mute him, and he would just unmute himself anyway every time I muted him. But that's why, I love this community, because at the very least we can disagree with each other. We can have heated conversations, and then at the end of it, we can still be chill with each other, right? Like, I would never say that, like, oh, that's it, I'm never talking to that person again. I would hope that we could, just, even if we disagree, right? I scared him last time. No, I didn't, Jace. Twiz isn't scared of me. Twiz knows. I love Twiz to death. I really do. It's just the only problem I had with him was him saying, like, oh, well, Brian said. That's his opinion that Brian said that to someone. That's not an actual fact. Brian hasn't given any statements via his attorney or on his own or through his family. I'm not, if he wants to take the word of someone on the interwebs that, they're communicating with Brian in jail, that's fine. He can take their word. I'm not. I need to see something. I need to see something in black and white from his lawyers, like this is a statement from Brian Koberger. Like, if we get a statement from his lawyers and Brian says through his attorneys, I am completely innocent, I plan on fighting this, I am appealing this to the higher court, etc., great. I'll take that, I'll take that. I have no problem with that. But I love Twiz, and I have nothing but love for Twiz. You know what I mean? So I hope everybody understands that. Even though the last time our conversation got a little heated, it's fine. I love Twiz to death. Okay, he's always been nothing but super nice, super respectful, super cordial. He gets heated sometimes, but Twiz is awesome. Twiz is a cool dude. I just don't agree with him on some stuff. That's all. Ro, good morning. Silent G, what up, gangsta? I can't believe not a single person. Yeah, you see 2 Miss Potts chats, honey, because I think I did, I don't know what I did wrong, but when I came into StreamYard was recommending me to click landscape and portrait mode. Says that's the recommended thing to do, so that's what I did. And yeah, apparently it gave me 2 chats. I don't know, honey. Apparently one's for your phone and one's not. I have no idea. Who knows? I don't know. StreamYard fucking blows. The only reason I'm even still using it is because I paid so much money for this shit on their summer sale. I'm going to get my money's worth out of it. You know what I mean? But StreamYard blows. I hate it. My mic sounds awesome. Yeah, because I'm on my phone, honey. I'm not on my laptop. I dropped my laptop off this morning and told Best Buy, you better fix this fucking shit, because it's a mic issue inside the actual laptop. And the reason I know it's a mic issue inside the laptop is because Bronxy B came up yesterday when I was using Rumble. So I did like a little test run yesterday, and I went live from Rumble, and I had Bronxy B click in, and she's perfect. Her sound was crystal clear and perfect, and mine wasn't. So that's how I know it's a mic issue with my computer. It's not my internet. If it was my internet, both of us would have been all crackly, and she was crystal clear. So it's fine. It's fine. We're good now. Okay. I did. That's exactly what I said to them, Gen 7. I'm not joking you. Trust me, the guys at Best Buy know me anyway. I'm in there so much. And I literally was like, fix this motherfucker today. And if you can't fix it, I still have a warranty. You can go ahead and switch it out and give me a new one. You know what I mean? And that's exactly what I said. Fix this motherfucker today or switch it out. And you can go ahead and do all that needs to be done to switch over my accounts to the new laptop. You handle it. That's what I'm paying you for. I'm paying you to do this. It's not my job. It's yours. Here you go. Here's the money. Run my credit card. Thank you. Bye. right? Yeah, what Paco says mess with my mic. Listen, I don't know, honey. It's a brand new laptop. I haven't had it that long. Sometimes, sometimes you just get a dud from the manufacturer, and maybe I got a dud. But I always said it's the spooks. I'm of the opinion it's spooks, you know. So we'll see. We'll see. They redact my words, yeah. Well, trust me, the feds aren't going to like this stream today because I'm like literally like, Cash Patel through the megaphone. Cash Patel, right? We'll go ahead and tag Cash Patel at the end of this. We'll share, we'll tag, we'll at the FBI, right? Go ahead and hashtag them. I don't care. I don't give a shit anymore. Go get the three other men's profiles that were never identified, identify them and charge them. Identify them and charge them, feds, since the state didn't want to do it. Oh, I'm sure, yes, Meg P. We are all on a watch list. Yes, honey. I know I am. It's fine. I've done nothing wrong, but if they want to put me on a watch list, they can. I don't give a fuck. Put me on a watch list. What did I do? Right? Watch me. Yes, watch me, motherfuckers. Watch me. I want you to watch me. You know what I mean? Go ahead. You can watch me talk shit. You can watch me call out the state of Idaho. You can watch me call out Bill Thompson. You can watch me call out Ashley Jennings. And I'm not even saying that anything the FBI did here, right, is shady. What I'm saying is that the FBI knows they have certain resources that they can use where even if it might be a question of, is it a violation of some ethics? Is it a violation of maybe some constitutional rights or whatever? The FBI don't give a fuck. They don't care. This is why they're saying, do not use our work. Everything we did is just a tip. You motherfuckers still need to do your own work, your own investigation, because everything we're doing is just a tip and you can't use it anyway. Know what I mean? So, like, what the fuck? Exactly. Watch me. I'm pretty boring. Ro, watch me. I'm pretty boring. Exactly. I lead a very boring life. Not going to lie. I have fun every day, every single day. I am so humble and grateful for the life that I have. I really am. And I make sure to just enjoy my life every day and be very grateful for everything that I have. But this right here is the kind of shit that makes someone like me go insane, because I don't understand how you have three unknown males and no one has bothered to identify them, including the FBI. You brought in 60 FBI agents plus and 2 members of the BAU from Quantico, and you didn't bother to identify the 3 other males? Are we fucking for real? What is the reasoning for that? I'm sorry. I need to know what is the logic and the reasoning for not identifying these people. Know what I mean? Fucking wild. Meg P. The FBI called me at my work about 10 years ago. I was the random person they used as a reference for someone they wanted to hire. I was called because I was in a car accident. Oh, I was in a car accident report. How random. Yeah. That's probably about the time they started tapping you, honey. Usually if the feds are calling you saying, hey, we just need to have a couple questions for you. We got your name from this job application, or you were a rep. No, it's a lie. It's a ruse. It's a ruse. They're lying. They're literally lying. It's a ruse. They're not going to call you for that shit. They're not going to call for that. Stop it. No. That's about when they tapped you, darling. You've been tapped for about a decade, honey. Oopsie. Crazy though, Meg P. Clifton Mayo, good morning. They got BK's name from the same list, Meg P. You were in a car accident with the person they wanted to hire. Gotcha. Yeah. I still find it to be shady. it is what it is. I don't trust anybody, especially law enforcement, but that's just me. Do I respect them, the work that they do? Yes, but I'm always side-eyeing, and that's just because that's my nature. My nature is to just side-eye everyone from jump until they prove they don't need to be side-eyed, right? And that's just how I operate. It is what it is. I side-eye everyone until they prove they don't need to be side-eyed, right? That's just how I operate. Moonlit, good morning. Welcome on in, honey. Good to see you. So the link is pinned. If anybody wants to click it, go ahead. We're just doing all kinds of chit-chatting this morning. It's, mornings with Miss Potts on a Friday. And all I want to know is the three other men. Who are they? Why were they not identified? Cash Patel, FBI, go get the profiles, identify them, charge them, make it happen. Because I'm still going to continue to do my FOIAs to the FBI. I want to know, who are the other three? Was the FBI aware? Was the FBI aware there were three other unidentified males? Othram, were you aware? Othram, were you told there were two other men's blood? Unidentified. Othram, were you told there was another man's DNA on the back of the sheath mixed with the victim's blood? Were you told that? I'd be super interested to know if the middlemen were made aware of the three other unknown males. Gen 7, what was the consensus on Dylan's jacket, Miss Potts? Well, darling, the consensus on that is once the defense requested those items for testing, along with the nightstand, right? Leslie and Billy, hello. So once the defense requested those items, Talbot said, hey, you know what? Let me go ahead and soak this shit in Blue Star first, even though that wouldn't be the normal first step for a fabric item. You would never use Blue Star first on fabric, but hey, like I said, don't listen to me. I don't know shit. Go look it up for yourself. Go research it for yourself. I don't know nothing. But yeah, you would never use Blue Star first on fabric, just so we're clear. But that's what Talbot thought was a good idea. He thought it was a super good idea to just soak her jacket and the blanket that the defense wanted for testing. He thought it was a good idea to soak it in blood first. And then the nightstand that the defense wanted for testing, well, Blaker said, well, I can't fit it in the car. So he let Dylan's stepdad smash it into pieces to fit it into the car. So Talbot went ahead and destroyed evidence on the jacket and the blanket. Blaker went ahead and let the stepdad destroy the nightstand and damage that piece of evidence to get it into the vehicle. And then Riley Nowlin has to let the prosecutor's office know, hey, actually, so sorry, but because he went and did Blue Star first on these items, yeah, we might not be able to recover anything, actually, because Blue Star isn't usually the first step on these types of items. Oopsie poopsie. Oh, well, our bad. Oopsie. It's absolutely fucking insane. Leslie and Billy, thank you so much for your super sticker. I truly appreciate you. Thank you so very much. We'll put that in the Starbeast Fund row. Member for 2 months. Look at you. Welcome, welcome. I can't believe that you've been a member for 2 months. That's amazing, honey. Congratulations. Thank you guys for your super chats and your super stickers. You're amazing. The link is pinned. If anybody wants to join and come have a little conversation, you know how much I love it. Let's have a little convo. I did pin the link. Oh, wait, maybe I didn't. Oopsie, hang on. Oopsie. There we go. Let me do that again. I think I deleted it by accident. Wonder where Willie is. I figured Willie would click the link and chime in. Haven't heard from him in a while. I talked to him the other day, guys. By the way, he does say thank you for everybody sending all of their love and hugs to him It's not my story to tell. It's not my business to talk about his business. He did ask me to like make a post for him, and that was about it. You know, so thank you everybody who did send a kind word to Willie and all of that. Okay, the link should be pinned. If I did it the right way, it should be there. Rex, holy shit, Rex. What up, gangsta? What brave soul is going to go toe to toe with Miss Potts? Yeah, I know, right, Tattoo Gal? I mean, shit, even if you think Brian is totally guilty and no one else was involved in the crime, click the link. Click the link. You know, I have no problem talking about the documents. You guys know that I basically, I don't even need the documents in front of me. I can quote this shit to you verbatim from their own documents. You know, it is what it is. There's 3 other motherfuckers who were not identified, period. There is no disputing. There were 2 other men's blood, never pursued or identified. It's not a dispute. There's another man's DNA mixed with the victim blood on the back of the sheets. It's not disputed by the state. So if somebody else wants to dispute it, that's fine. But it's not disputed by the state is the problem. The state concedes these other men's DNA was there. Leslie and Billy, you think Brian's protecting a girl? Which girl? Bethany or Dylan? Which one's he protecting? My money's on Dylan, but I don't know shit. Could be Bethany. I've always wondered if like him and Bethany somehow knew each other or whatever, because she's the one who won't talk. She's the one who won't come back to Idaho. She wouldn't even show up for court for her friends to give a statement. I'm under the impression she's afraid she's going to be arrested if she comes back to Idaho, but I don't know, man. Right? Who knows? Maybe she's afraid of getting arrested. I have no idea. I just think it's super interesting that Dylan showed up for court. Brian didn't. I mean, Bethany didn't, right? But, you know, I personally, I don't think he's protecting a girl, if you want my honest opinion. It could be that, but I don't think he's protecting a girl. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know why he would ever plead guilty. If he knows he was there, he knows he was there. And that's why he's taking this plea, because he knows he was there, right? He knows the other 2 men that were bleeding. He knows whose blood that is. He knows the other male and males, right? He knows. Christy, you're back. Welcome back. Leslie and Billy. Miss Potts, why else would a guy like that sorry, I'm trying to read it, but I can only see like a couple comments at a time here. Miss Potts, why else would a guy like that give his life, right, all because of a girl? Yeah, I mean, you could be right, honey. You could be right, but I truly have no idea. I don't know why. You know, I get it, okay? Do we have a large majority? Is there a percentage of people who take a plea even though they're innocent? Yes, right? Yes. However, most of those people who do end up taking a plea, right, is because, well, here's how I look at it. Those people don't usually have their defense go ask what a best last offer is. Do you get what I'm saying? Like 9 times out of 10, the plea occurs, right? And then the exoneration would come after, if new DNA evidence exonerates you, like things like that. We know a lot of people been in jail for 30 years and then DNA exonerated them, things like that, right? Those cases are a little bit different. They're not the same as here, as this case. So that's why I try not to look at it the same. You know what I mean? And that's just, it's a little trickier for me in that sense, right? So, and even with the whole like drug thing and all of that, right? And I get it. There's a lot of people who they think it's absolutely drugs, and that's why I lean more towards like if he was involved and he knows he was there and he knows anybody out there, quickest way you're going to meet people, I hate to say it, anywhere you live, is drugs. It's the quickest way to meet people, is if you need to get some drugs. It is what it is. I'm sorry. It really is the quickest way to meet people. And, from what I understand, Washington is legal for weed, right? So if you can buy weed legally in Washington, you wouldn't need to go to Idaho, where it's technically not legal to buy, right? Isn't that why a lot of them all went over into Washington to get like weed and weed vapes and shit like that? Because technically you can't buy them in Idaho, but you can if you just go over into Washington. Floyd's cannabis shop, for instance, right? Right over the border from Moscow, if I remember correctly, or is Floyd's in Moscow? I feel like it's right over the line in Pullman, right? So, in my opinion, the quickest way to meet people when you move somewhere new, I hate to say it, is going to be drugs. It's just the quickest way, Yeah, there to buy, right, Christy, yeah. He was there to buy drugs, but you don't think he did the unaliving, right? Oh, that's what I mean. There's a lot of people who do have that opinion. He was there to buy drugs or something. He was with somebody else. Shit went sideways. Were they there to rob the place for drugs and shit went sideways? I have no idea, right? I have no idea. But unfortunately, for Kohberger, it would appear, I can look at it from both ends, that he wasn't there at all. That his phone is off because he's out in the park doing his morning run like he did every morning, even in Pennsylvania, right? They admit they watched him jog around the fucking neighborhood in the early morning hours, right? Around his parents' private gated community and stuff. So it's obvious he's known for getting up early and going on these runs. That is a habit for him. That is habitual, right? Most people aren't out of their habits. But I got to say, it does look a little shifty that he just happens to be out at the same time that this is going on. His phone is off, can't account for his fucking location, right? And then it pops back on within 20 minutes of the murders allegedly being done, right? So it is pretty interesting. It is pretty interesting. I could see why, and he isn't in the tower dump because his phone's off, right? So he's not in the initial tower dump, right? So if he's not in your initial tower dump, how did you get the phone stuff for him? If he's not in your tower dump, right? You just all of a sudden came upon this number that wasn't showing up in your dump when you got his name. So when the tip comes in for his name, you're looking and you're seeing he didn't show up in your tower dump. Then what are you doing? Because it would appear the way that they got to Brian Kohberger, in my opinion, is, and if I'm wrong, that's fine. I don't mind being wrong. But it sounds to me like the way they actually got to him is via Molly's trap and trace. Her trap and trace is put in on November 22nd. The same day they're transferring the Sheath profile to Othram, they're doing a pen trap and trace on Molly. And hers goes from the 22nd to the 30th. On the 28th, WSU, back-to-back, 2 officers are calling in his car. It's just my very humble opinion. He isn't in their tower dump, but he's on her trap and trace. Just saying. And, if he's in her trap and trace, it would make perfect sense why the state would want to keep that information hidden, especially because it's a federal trap and trace, right? A pen register trap and trace, the feds do that. You need the FBI to do that for you and sign off on that. So if the FBI is doing a pen trap and trace on Molly, and that is how they're seeing, okay, well, he wasn't in our tower dump, but he's in her fucking trap and trace, You understand where I'm going with this? I hope I'm wrong, but it would appear the reason they were able to get to him so quickly is via her trap and trace. It's somehow linked to Molly. And it would make sense that if she is under some kind of federal investigation or if she's a federal confidential informant, whatever the case may be, they're going to hide all that. They are not going to want any of that known because then it would interfere with other law enforcement proceedings. It would interfere with federal law enforcement proceedings. So you can't have that information getting out. Know what I mean? To me, it just makes sense that why they hid Molly from the defense as long as they did. And this is why the defense kept saying, how did you get to our client? Because they know you didn't get, the defense knows they didn't get to him the way they're saying. And if you got to him via this federal trap and trace for Molly, via this other federal investigation going on, it makes sense why they're not coughing any of it up. I hate to say it. I really do. Really do. I really do hate to say it. But, you know, like I said, maybe when Cy Ray comes out and talks too, like we don't know anything, Cy could come out and say, nope, had nothing to do with Molly, right? We have no idea. I figure if anybody's going to know about Molly's trap and trace, Molly's shit, it's going to be Cy, right? If he was ever given access to it, if it was ever handed over to the defense for review or whatever, you know, it would be Cy who would know that. And if he says nope, hasn't, you know, I'm just under the impression this is how they got to him. It's via her trap and trace because he wasn't in their tower dump. And that's just my opinion. You know? Exactly, Layla. Good morning, Layla. Welcome in, honey. The cat is out of the bag. Now everyone knows she's an informant. Right. Yep. Can't believe not a single person's going to click the link. Love you guys, but what the fuck? Are you serious? Not one person wants to come up and have a chit chat about Molly's trap and trace? About the three unknown males? No one? Anyone? Really? There's like almost 90 of you here. Not even a hater lurker wants to click the link, huh? Interesting. Yeah, Meg P. I wouldn't trust a word Molly says either, honey. Right? Wouldn't believe anything she says. Oh, Layla, you just woke up. No worries. I wouldn't believe anything she says either, but I would believe her phone data. I wouldn't believe a damn thing Molly says either, but I would believe her phone data. Right? I really would. I would absolutely believe her phone data. And if her phone data is showing, especially with the pen trap and trace, right? Her phone data is showing anything that has anything to do with Koberger. And Koberger's not in their tower dump. But they have communications or some kind of way that they can see via her trap and trace, you know? Be super interesting. Oh, look at somebody join the chat. Sally, let me add you to the stage, darling. Good morning, Sally.
Good morning, Miss Potts.
How you
I
doing?
pretty good. I don't know weather's really wacky because my I've got cerebral palsy and it's going from hot to cold and it's killing my body. So,
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, honey. I hope you're
but at least
relaxing and
I
taking
got to
care of
sleep.
yourself.
Yeah, as much as I can because you just have to roll with the punches. But I'm under. Could two out of the three perpetrators that did the crime be dead already? And oh, that's not good. Uh, and the other one's out of the country, so they can't even be caught.
Say that one more time.
I said could two of the perpetrators already be dead, and then the other one is out of the country and he brought back in. So that's why they. FBI trying to get anybody.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, could be. I mean, that's
Yeah.
always a possibility, right?
Mm-hmm. When you see two people die and you just want to get the hell out and leave somebody that's sort of like Brian to catch all the flack.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did have
So
that thought before. Hi, Bootsy. Welcome in, honey.
Hi, Miss Potts. I don't know if you can hear me because I am driving.
Oh, I can hear you, honey.
Okay. I just wanted to thank you so much for being live this morning, first of all. And if I am echoing, I apologize. I just wanted to stop in real quick and thank you and say hi to everybody. And you are on the right track. I agree with everything you've said this morning.
Oh, well, thank you, honey. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm just stuck on these other unknown males, and I'm never going to stop talking about it until they identify them.
Yeah, I mean, use the back door just like you did. What's the big deal?
Yes, exactly.
Fa-
Right.
Fact is, they're
If
still
you
on
can
the street.
backdoor his DNA, you should have been able to backdoor the rest. Yes.
There you go. Okay. Hi,
Oh, I heard
everybody.
you're a
Oh,
grandma. Congratulations, grandma.
thank you. It's my second grandchild in a year. So right now I'm going to watch my
Wow.
other one for the day. The other one is 3 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're going to have your hands full for a while, man. Two babies in a year? Wow.
Yeah. But it's amazing. So,
It is
but
amazing. They are blessings, and I love babies so much. Babies are my favorite. So just
I had
enjoy
no
every
idea.
moment. It doesn't last forever.
Oh, they're amazing. I had no idea. But it is an hour, a little over an hour from my house down to my daughter's. So I usually am listening, but not always participating in chat. But I hear everything. Just know.
Oh well, I'm. I appreciate you, honey. You didn't have to jump up if you're driving. It's totally fine.
Well, I wanted to say hi and let you know that you are so much appreciated. And thank you for not stopping because majority of us here aren't stopping either. So they're going to have their hands full
That's
as
right.
well. They're not going to be able to shake us.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. I'm not stopping, and I hope everybody else comes right along with me. And it is what it is.
We'll see.
Until those
Like
other
you
three men
keep
are
saying.
identified.
Exactly. I mean, how can they justify murderers being on the street that they know about? I mean, it just blows my mind more than anything.
Yeah. It's a parasite in my brain. It won't stop.
See, all right, everybody, have a great day.
Have a great
We
day,
will see
honey.
you in a
Congratulations,
few
and be safe
minutes.
driving.
Thank you. Will do. Love you guys.
Bye. Thanks for coming up, honey. Sally, you still there?
no, no,
Hello?
no, I'm not.
Sally, you are still there, darling.
I am. Can you still hear me? Because I get
Oh,
five
yeah, honey.
messages. Okay. I that's all I wanted to say, and I just was waiting to say I'm glad you let me. I'm glad I came up and talked to you for a few seconds. I always enjoy your program podcasts. I always try and listen to them as soon as I can get to them. So I enjoy your what how you think and what you do because I have two. I have four people in my immediate family that was in law enforcement at some time or other. So,
Well,
but
thank you so much, Sally. I hope that, I hope you know how much I appreciate you. And I just want you to take care of yourself, though, okay?
well, life's life, and there's not much. See, I'm at the age where I can't really take care of myself anymore. It's just going to be progressing. I'm going to end up not waking up one day, and that's fine.
Well, that makes me sad though.
Well, life's life, though. You got to take it as. I lost my husband 11 years ago, November 29th. He also has cerebral palsy, and we were talking and we had lunch together, and I went and did the dishes, and he died within 30 minutes. So
Wow.
it's a quick situation when it happens. It's
Well,
usually
I'm
our
so sorry
lungs
to
that
hear
goes.
that.
Mm. But I'm so happy I finally got to talk to you.
I'm so happy I got to talk to you.
You have a good day, Miss Potts. God bless.
God bless you, darling.
Okay, bye bye.
Bye. Aw, Sally. Well, that makes me sad. I hope Sally is, I want you to just take care of yourself, Sally. I know you said it's hard, but if you need anything from anybody in this community, please let us know. If you need something, please let me know. I don't, I'll help you in any possible way that I can. If you need it, just let me know. Okay?
Okay, I gotta get back on you.
Oh, you don't know how to get out? Okay, don't worry, honey. I'll take care of it. I gotcha. I think that worked. Thank you, Sally. You're probably still listening in the background, darling, but I meant what I said. Sally, if you need anything at all, please let me know. I will do whatever I can do to get you whatever you need, okay? And I truly mean that from the bottom of my heart. I don't care what it is you need. Even if I can't give it to you, I will make phone calls and do whatever I need to do to get you what you need, darling. Okay, Sally? So thank you so much for coming up, and thank you so much for your kind words. And seriously, Sally, you can contact Meg P. You can contact me. Um, for fuck's sake, Fitziana Lucy. If there's anything at all that you need, Sally, please let us know. Please, please, please. Because I know sometimes I come off as a real hard ass, and I come off as a person who's super abrasive, and like I don't give a fuck. But when it comes to something like I'm actually a very giving, loving person. Okay, I just don't tolerate no shit, is what it really is. But I'm a very giving, loving person, and if there is someone in need who needs something and I can give it to them, I will, and I don't care how I have to do it. Whatever. I'll work with whoever I need to work with. I'll make the calls. I'll do whatever I need to do. So, Sally, I mean what I'm saying, darling. If you're listening, if you need anything, please let me know, okay? I mean that from the bottom of my heart. If you need anything, okay? I don't care if you just need a Starbucks door dashed. You let me know, all right? And we'll make it happen. Yes, Meg P, I do. Miss Potts has a huge heart. Yes, I do. I really do. Um, yeah, so does Willie. Willie also, yeah. We come off as super abrasive and like super assholes, but I promise you, we love people very much, and we just don't like being fucked with, is what it is, and we don't like it when someone isn't acting in good faith, right? So, like, even if somebody wanted to come up and debate me, if you aren't going to debate me in good faith, right, then we're going to have a fucking problem because at least I'm coming from a good faith standpoint. I'm not here to tell lies or to misinform or anything. I'm just here to fucking tell it like it is. And what the documents say, they're in black and white. It's all that you can go by. Know what I mean? Never mind making up your own bullshit, like Jeff H., right? I know people give Jeff H. a lot of shit. Jeff H. could click the link right now and me and him could probably have an amazing conversation as long as he operates in good faith. But if he's not going to operate in good faith, then we're going to have a problem. I just wanted to use that as an example, right? I don't like it when people don't operate in good faith. Like Bill Thompson, right? Like Bill Thompson and the state prosecutor's office not operating in good faith. They're not operating. They were not doing this case from a good faith standpoint. And it makes me sick. It makes me absolutely sick to my stomach to know that they did not I can't. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I look at we've all seen the photos and stuff. I look at the photos of these kids, these young adults, like Kaylee, Maddie, Xana, Ethan. These four in particular, to me, were just so like beautiful. And I don't mean just on the outside. Their personalities even that we got to see through their TikToks, through their Instagrams and all of that, right? They just seemed like they seem like the kind of kids, like if my kid brought these kids, hey mom, these are my friends. This is Kaylee, this is Maddie, this is Anna, this is Ethan. I would literally take a bullet for those kids. Do you get what I'm saying? That's how they came off to me. They came off as like the kind of kids that like you would want to protect them like with your life if you needed to, like your own. And I think that's why it makes me so angry, because I do have a kid that age. And if this was her and her friends, you know what I mean? Like, oh my God, it just makes me, it hits me like in the heart. I'm not going to lie. It actually like hits me deep in my soul. And it's a parasite in my brain that won't go away, because these aren't my kids. But if they were my kids, and I'm reading these documents and I know you have 3 other men you didn't bother to fucking identify or pursue, I want everyone's ass in a sling until those 3 are identified and charged. That's just me. That's just me. And I feel like the Gonzalez family is the same way. They're like me in that sense. Like, no excuse, motherfucker. What do you mean there's 3 unidentified males? I'm going to be up your ass, in your sphincter, until you identify them. I'm never going to stop bothering you. I'm going to call you every day. Every single day I'm calling Bill and Ashley, or having my attorney call Bill and Ashley. Did you identify them yet? It's my only question. Did you identify the 3 other males yet? No? Okay, we'll call you tomorrow and see how you did with that. And that's what I'm going to do every day. In your sphincter every day. Me and my attorney. Did you identify the 3 other men yet? No? Okay, we'll call you back tomorrow. And then I'll call again the next day. Hi there, it's me again. Yep, huge pain in the ass. Did you identify them yet? No? Okay, we'll call you again tomorrow. That's how it would roll every single day until I get the answer. Yes, as a matter of fact, we did identify them. As a matter of fact, we did. I don't know if there's any trolls, Meg P. I left the chat wide open today, so if there is any, honey, I am so sorry. You're probably going to have your work cut out for you today because I didn't modify the chat in any way. But you can, honey, if you want to. If you want to put it to subscribers only, you can, darling. I can only see like 3 comments at a time, so whatever makes your life easier, honey. But I don't even care about trolls. They can just ignore them. They'll go away. Fucking losers. I think the EBT is going back in soon, though, so maybe they'll troll less once they feed themselves. You know what I mean? Echo 444, how you doing, honey? EBT should be going back in soon, so the trolls shouldn't be as starving as they were a couple days ago. They'll probably feel better once they get a Snickers in them and stuff. Christopher Cooper, this is why you come here? Well, thank you, sir. This is why I come here, too. Appreciate you. Welcome on in. I'm going back through chat now, friends, trying to see. Christina, hello, honey. Fizzy Cake, hello. Donna Salamander, hello. Good morning. If anybody would like to click the link, it's pinned. We can have a conversation. No trolls, Miss Potts. Chat has been amazing. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, awesome, honey. Yeah, I just didn't have time to go into the YouTube side of things before I went live and modify it or anything, but you can if you want to, honey. I think you can, right? I don't know, maybe you can't. But if you can and you want to, go for it. Beach Babe, Miss Potts, thank you. You said exactly how I feel about these kids. How dare they do this to them? This is not justice. Yes, agreed. Right, agreed. Kaleida Hope, good morning. Where's Krista Marie? Where is my beautiful Krista Marie? Is she here? Are you listening somewhere, darling? Are you just lurking and listening, doing your makeup and your hair? I miss Krista Marie. She's so pretty. She's so nice. She's such a good kid. Such a good lady. Miss her. I didn't even know her and I are like almost the same age too, I think. Krista Marie, darling, if you catch us on the replay, I miss you. Miss you, beautiful. Hope you're well. Also, mods, if you want to drop links to channels, go for it. Drop everybody's link. You can drop Kane B. You can drop For Fuck's Sake Fistiana, Docket Decoder. You could drop Dago. Drop Christy's Chaos. Drop shit. I'm trying to think. Lana, of course. I mean, whatever. Lana don't need my help. Lana got plenty. Trying to think. Who else? Who am I missing? Drop whoever you want. Having a brain fart. Drop Krista's link. You can Outcast. Yes, thank you. Outcast. Drop Outcast. I love me some Outcast. I don't get to watch Outcast a lot while he's live because him and Kane tend to go live very late. And I'm old, right? You know, like 9:30, 10 o'clock, unless I'm having a bout of insomnia, which happens. Sometimes I do get really bad insomnia and I can't sleep at all. And that's when you'll see me late night in someone's live at like 12:30. That's a very rare occasion for me to be up at 12:31 in the morning. But yes, Outcast. Shout out to Outcast. Had no idea that Outcast, I don't get to watch it. And usually when I do, I'm like catching replay or something while I'm working. And I just saw that like Outcast played one of my videos the other day. So thank you so much, Outcast, for sharing one of my videos. That's amazing. I appreciate that so much. My audio is absolutely fucking terrible. Okay. So I completely understand, guys, right? If you want to unsub or not be a member because like 8 times out of 10 when I go live, you can't even understand me. And I get that. And what I do is I just go back and I put that shit to private or members only, or I delete it. Okay? I'm not making any money off of the lives and stuff that have all fucked up audio. I don't leave them. I'll go back and switch them to private, or I'll just delete them, you know? I just don't want you guys ever thinking that like I'm trying to waste people's time or anything like that. I'm not. I hope you know. I would rather you tell me from jump, hey bitch, your audio is jacked. End it. You know what I mean? I would rather someone say, bitch, end it. It's jacked. Willie will. Willie will come in and say, yeah, your shit's cooked. And I'm like, oh, okay, bye. And I'll end it. And then I go delete it. I just don't ever want to be sitting here for an hour and a half, audio all fucked up. You know what I mean? I don't. Tattoo Gal says the spirits of these 4 kids are keeping us all awake. Yeah, I agree. I I don't know. Like I said, I am incredibly disheartened, we'll say, right? I'm disappointed and disheartened because we all always suspected, right, that it wasn't just single source male DNA recovered from that sheet, right? So I don't know. I just lost my train of thought. Sorry. I was looking out the window at this fucking idiot over here who's like staring at me like a weirdo. And I don't want to have to pop off on this dude. But if he tries walking up to my car, I may have to, you guys may hear me lose my shit in a minute, just so you know, because of this fucking weirdo who thinks he's going to I think he's going to try walking up to my car. As long as he doesn't walk up to my car, we should be good. Too fast for fleas. You're so pretty. Thank you so much for your super sticker. Truly appreciate you. Yeah. Nah. Mm-mm. No. No. You can go that way. Mm-hmm. Hang on a second, guys. Yeah. No, bro. I don't have nothing. I got nothing. I'm sorry. I wish I could help you out. I'm so very sorry. I really don't have any cash on me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. What in the actual fuck? I feel bad. I don't have any cash on me. He's just a homeless guy. He needs some. He's asking for some cash, but I don't have any cash. I'm so sorry. I don't have cash on me. It's okay. We're good. He kept going. He was just looking for some cash. Tattoo gal, be careful. Don't worry about me, honey. I stay steady strapped, honey. Don't worry about it. I stay steady strapped. Double Glocks. Don't worry. And I live where it's absolutely legal to do that, so don't worry. Echo 444, thank you so much for your super sticker. I really appreciate it. I think it's a euro, right? I don't know what that little symbol is. I think it's a euro. Thank you so much for your super sticker. Really appreciate you. Yeah, don't worry about me, friends. Don't worry. Don't worry. All right, so yeah, double Glocks. That's right. Yeah, it is what it is. Leslie and Billy. Yes. Christina, you too. Yeah. Ooh, Sterling. Oh, it's a Sterling. Oh, okay. Well, thank you. What's Sterling? Maybe I'm just dumb. Joanne, good morning to you. Welcome on in. Oh, it's a UK pound. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate you. Yeah, sometimes I see like other in other people's lives too. There's all these different currencies that come through. Pretty interesting. Layla, you wish you could what? Don't worry about it. You wish you could carry double Glocks? Is that what you mean, Layla? I wish you could carry double Glocks too, honey. I think everybody should be able to carry double Glocks if that's what they want to do. The Constitution is my permit. I don't need extra permission. And thank God I live in a state where they agree. Yes, you wish you could carry double Glocks. Yeah, I know, honey. I know. I'm sorry. All right, so I know I lost my train of thought. But yes, when it comes to the four students, I don't know how anybody, including, like, I don't know how the people from the state of Idaho, it is what it is. I'm never going to stop talking about it. I'm going to be a broken record. I'm going to be annoying. I'm going to be a pain in the ass. I'm writing the FBI. I'm writing the fucking state police. I don't care. I'm writing whoever I need to write. I'm going to submit whatever I need to submit. I'm going to bother whoever I need to bother to find out who made the call. Who made the call to not identify the three other men? Who? Whose call was that? Because it's not the lab. It's not going to be Brett Payne's call. It's not going to be fucking Sergeant Blaker's call. That's not who's making that call. And I want to know precisely who made the call to not identify the three other males. Who? Because if it's Bill Thompson's ass needs to be held accountable for that. I don't understand how that's not considered like prosecutorial misconduct in some way. Or, they have a term for it. Hang on, give me a second. It's coming to my brain. Gen 7. Gangsta. My gangsta. Thank you so much for your super sticker, honey. Coffee and snark. Thank you. I appreciate you, darling. Always, always. OG Jen. And then I just lost my train of thought again. Darn it. This is what happens. See, I shouldn't try to look at my chat when I'm thinking of something because then I lose my train of thought, but it's okay because I love Gen 7. OG Jen. Gangsta. Oh yeah, Bill. That's what we were talking about. Okay. What is it when because it's right on the tip of my tongue and I can't think of it. So when you are in violation of your oath, right? Bill Thompson has an oath that he takes as the state prosecutor. And when you are in violation of that oath, when you do not follow through with your oath, they have a term for it, even in government. If a politician takes an oath to do a specific thing and then they don't do it, it's right on the tip of my tongue and I can't think of it. It's a legal term. It's an actual legal term that they can get you for to remove you from your position. Dereliction of duty. Thank you, Clifton Mayo. Thank you. See, you're in my brain. You knew exactly what I meant. You're in my brain. For your unbirthday yesterday. Thank you so much, Meg P. Truly appreciate that, honey. You did not have to do that. Yes, for some reason, Lana thought yesterday was my birthday, and everybody in her chat was wishing me a happy birthday, and it wasn't my birthday. But thank you so much, everybody, for those birthday wishes. I am me. Hello. Hello. Thank you, Clifton. Thank you, Clifton. Dereliction of duty. Isn't that something that the state prosecutor could be charged with if it's found out that he's the one who made the call not to identify or pursue the three other fucking males and just focus on the one? Couldn't that be considered dereliction of duty, violation of your oath? But I don't understand. Get this motherfucker on Brady or something. There's got to be something. Think of all the trumped up charges they can get a person on if they want to. If they're coming to arrest you and you flick your lit cigarette on the ground, they can charge you with that too because you threw out trash. You littered, with a lit cigarette and caused a fire hazard. They can charge you with whatever they want to fucking charge you with. They'll find something when they want. So how are we not doing this for Bill? How are we not doing this for the lead prosecutor here? How is this dude not being found to be derelict in his duty, in violation of his oath? I don't get it. I don't get it. Who the fuck holds him accountable? Who? Jeff Nye? Josh Hurwitz? Are those the people that are supposed to be holding Bill fucking Thompson and Ashley Jennings accountable? Because that's not going to happen if that's who's responsible for holding these assholes accountable. It's not going to happen. If we're relying on Josh Hurwitz and Jeff Nye, yeah, well, sorry families, sorry victims. Oh well. Don't hold your fucking breath if you're waiting around for them to hold Bill and Ashley accountable for their absolute dereliction of duty in this case. That's just my opinion. These are all just my opinions, by the way. In my opinion, the lead prosecutor should be investigated by internal affairs for this. That's just my opinion. There should be an internal affairs investigation into the lead prosecutors who handled the evidence, who decided it was a good idea to ignore pertinent fucking evidence, and then continue to never pursue it and pretend as though it didn't fucking exist until they had to release that information. Exactly. Right, Gen 7. Overcharging. They'll overcharge anybody, right? If they want to charge you, they will. So I don't understand how you can't find something on Bill and Ashley. Know what I mean? There should be a 100% internal investigation going on here, in my opinion. Maybe there is. I don't know. Lord willing, pray to the sweet baby Jesus. There's already one going on, and we just don't know about it, I hope there is. It's my opinion. All of them. Hitler. I want fucking Hitler investigated by internal affairs. By the bar. I want Hitler investigated by the bar. Strictly for the fact that he favored evidentiary rules over the due process rights of the defendant. When it came to the alternate perpetrator defense. When the fact of the matter is, Supreme Court and other court precedent have already deemed that when you are arguing alternate perpetrator defense, especially in a death penalty case, Due process rights of the defendant always trump evidentiary rules. And the court shouldn't be siding with evidentiary rules over your due process rights. I want Hitler investigated just for that alone. Just for that alone, his shit could be overturned if a higher court looked at it. A higher court out there could say, if they looked at this case, could say, Hitler, sorry, you erred here. The court erred here because they favored evidentiary rules over due process rights, which you're not supposed to do. So in my opinion, Hitler should be being investigated for this shit. Jennings, Bill Thompson, Nye, Hurwitz. In my opinion, they're all complicit. Riley Nolan. All of these people are complicit in hiding the 3 other males. They're all complicit in hiding the 3 other males. They all agreed to hide that information. Know what I mean? So I don't know. I want them all. I think there should be an internal affairs investigation into the whole thing. Whether it's internal affairs, whether it's the DOJ that has to investigate Bill and Ashley while the bar investigates Hitler, whatever. I don't care. I just want to know why all of these people decided to be complicit in hiding the 3 other males. That's all I want to know. They all conspired with each other to ignore the 3 others. And I don't understand it. Because that's what it sounds like to me, based on the lab reports, based on everything that we're reading, all of these 2,000 plus pages that we got, ISP reports, MPD reports, all of it, right? I'm sorry. Based on everything that we're reading, it would appear all of them, including the lead investigators, Gilbertson, Payne, Blaker, you all knew there's no less than 3 other males. You all knew that. And you conspired with each other to ignore that information. That's what it looks like. It looks like you all conspired with each other to hide the information about the 3 other men involved in the crime. Anybody who disagrees, you're welcome to click the link and try to change my mind. But based on everything that we are reading, that is what it looks like in my very humble opinion. In my very humble opinion, it looks like they literally conspired with each other to ensure these 3 other male perpetrators who were bleeding in the crime scene and or left their DNA mixed with victim DNA in this crime scene. All of these investigators, the lead prosecutors, all of them, Lab, Gamut, Nowlin, all of you literally all conspired with each other to hide this information. Why the fuck would you do that? Why are you ignoring the 3 other men? Why? Now I'm going to look at my chat. Now that, I've gone off on my little fucking tangent, I'll look at my chat. I didn't want to look at chat, guys, because I would lose my train of thought. James Moen. Welcome in, sir. How the fuck are you? Welcome. Right Brain isn't here this morning. I haven't seen her yet. I don't know where she is. Clifton Mayo, right? I would have loved to have cross-examined Payne, right? In 5 steps or less, I can impeach Brett Payne. Literally. I did a video on it. How to impeach Brett Payne in 5 steps or less. I did a whole video on it. It's insane, especially now that we got these reports, where Blaker is listing Brian Koberger as a secondary suspect on December 5th underneath another redacted suspect, you know? Yeah, that's how you impeach Payne in 5 steps or less. What do you mean December 19th, bitch? Your other lead investigator over here is listing him on December 5th. The fuck are you talking about, December 19th, Payne? Who from this prosecutor's office convinced you that you should just fucking lie, sir? And double down on your lie. Know what I mean? Somebody convinced him. He just should say that the 19th was a tip, right? It is what it is. And he was just going to roll with it. He was just going to roll with it and say, yep, the 19th, which is fucked up because he was in the military, right? He took an oath to the Constitution to protect and defend the Constitution. And the motherfucker straight up violated it as soon as he becomes a cop. Like, what the fuck? What in the actual fuck? Thank God he's not a cop anymore. Thank God. You know, he will never ever apply for another search warrant, write up another affidavit. Thank God. Can't even believe it. You're in the military, you take an oath to the Constitution, and then as soon as you get out of the military, become a civilian, and you become a cop, all of a sudden the Constitution doesn't matter anymore to you, does it? Interesting. You know, does Brett Payne know it's an actual violation of the oath that you took to get up on the stand and fucking lie? Think he knows that? He knows they had the name way before December 19th. My guess is this is why he had to no longer be a cop. You know, sometimes this is what happens within these agencies. They won't fire you outright because they don't want it to like ruin your reputation or anything. They'll be nice and they'll say, look, okay, you just can't be a cop anymore. You're going to have to resign, right? So we don't have to fire you. We'll give you the chance to just leave on your own. And personally, in my opinion, I think that's what happened with Payne when all this was said and done. This is why Bill Thompson was going to have to deputize Payne for him to be able to even testify at trial. They were going to have to re-deputize him because he's no longer a law enforcement officer. Thank God. Jim O'Neill. Good morning. Thanks for being here. Good morning, Jim. Donna Salamander. Hello. Yeah, some of them got promoted. Payne seems to be the only one who, it looks to me, in my opinion, was told you can just leave voluntarily. And, you know, Scott Green took him right away. Scott Green's like, I definitely want the dude that will just follow orders and do what I say. Of course he got the position. Of course he happens to be Scott Green's little right-hand man. Interesting. For security purposes on the campus. He's also the one who just likes to hang out outside in the dark and listen. We have him saying that on his own body cam to his ride-along. Yeah, sometimes I just stand here and listen. Okay, creep. Okay, weirdo. Why do you do that? Why do you do that, Payne? Like, I'm not even joking you. Like, I'm being dead ass. If I ever got to ask him these questions, like, I would play the body cam. Him telling his ride-along, yeah, sometimes we just stand here and listen. You just stand here and listen in the dark in the middle of the night, huh? You stand outside their house and listen to them, you absolute fucking weirdo? Sorry. I'll say it. I would have no problem telling a cop to their face, like, why are you hanging around a house full of young girls? You're graves? You work graves? You do the overnight shift and you're hanging out outside their house at, And this is why I say stay strapped. Stay strapped. Know what you're doing. Stay armed. Stay trained. Because I'm telling you. That shit always rubbed me the wrong way from jump. It rubbed me the wrong way how these cops took it upon themselves to do whatever they wanted because, well, these are just college kids. Fuck them. We can violate their rights. We can walk onto their private property, even though we weren't called here. We can seize items, backpacks and whatever. call it abandoned property, even though it's not abandoned property. It's on someone's private property that you weren't even called to. It's not abandoned. And then you proceed to rifle through the private property with no warrant, no nothing, and no reason to fucking be there. You know, this whole, noise complaint shit. Bullshit. Bullshit. It's a college town. There's nothing but parties and loud music in that neighborhood 24/7 prior to these homicides. And the noise complaints are basically only going in for that house. Where else are they getting called to for a noise complaint over there? Other than what appear to be the two undercover frat/sorority party houses. The King Road residence and Jack B's place, right? Those appear to be the undercover, like, frat satellites. And then it looks like the King Road house appears to be the sorority satellite. Because they can't party at their frat houses. They can't have drugs inside their frat houses, stuff like that. It would make sense you need your satellite. You need your off-campus satellites for partying and to be able to do all the shit you can't do on campus. Because they'll take your money away for school, you'll get kicked out, you can get expelled, you may get kicked, reported to Greek council, blah, blah, blah. This is why the frats and the sororities have their satellite houses that are off campus. It's so they can do all of the illegal things off campus that hopefully that as long as they don't get caught, they won't get in trouble for. They're off-campus fucking party houses. It's normal. It's common. All colleges across the country have them. If they have Greek life, they have off-campus houses for partying. And it would appear the police here knew those are the spots that they all go to, do their possibly illegal shit. Is at these houses, and in this neighborhood in particular, there are all these satellite off-campus residences where all these kids party. And these cops here, they don't give a fuck. It's very clear that Moscow PD, based on all the body cams and everything that we have seen, they literally don't care. They will violate your rights if you're a college student. They will walk onto your private property. If they find a backpack, they'll call it abandoned so they can rifle through it. They don't have a warrant to be in your property. They don't have a warrant for the backpack. They don't have a reason to be knocking on your fucking door. They just take it upon themselves. It's insane. It's insane. That shit always rubbed me the wrong way from the very beginning, watching those body cams, It really did. It always rubbed me the wrong way. What do you mean you're taking it upon yourself to go to the house you weren't called to? And when you walk up to that house, it's dead quiet. It's dead quiet, right? So you weren't even called to that house. You were called to a different house. You're trying to say, well, we might as well go tell them over there too. Well, them over there too, their house is quiet as a mouse. Go tell them what? It's so interesting. It's so fucking interesting to me. Just watching those body cams leading up to the crime, the body cams with Xana. Like, Xana to me seemed so terrified of pain, if you want my honest to God's opinion. Like, I feel like when she came out that door and saw him, her whole demeanor changed. She just seemed absolutely terrified. Terrified that it was him. And that's just my opinion. Maybe she just is terrified of the cops in general. I don't know. James Moen, my audio's fucking fired today, huh? Is my phone a 2028 model? Yeah, that's what I mean. I guess they haven't been able to hack my phone, is my guess. I do have one of those super duper encrypted type phones. So maybe, just maybe, they haven't been able to hack my phone. And that's why when I go live from my phone, my audio is perfect. Right? But yet when I'm on my computer, Maybe that's what I'll do today when I go back to get my laptop. I'll have them run like a check on it to see if there's some kind of bug that's some secret bug in my computer. Yeah, exactly, Paco. There is no statute on murder, right? So the people who, even if you think you got away with it, if you're listening and you think you got away with it, you didn't. You didn't. It's coming. I can actually feel it. Anybody else? Does anybody else after yesterday actually feel like, does anybody else feel like a shift? I don't know how to describe it other than it feels like a shift occurred yesterday at some point where, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it other than to me, it just feels like there is something. There is something coming. I don't know what it is, but there is something else coming with this case. And that is exactly why the media doesn't stop covering it. That is exactly why they keep talking about it. They keep interviewing family who will talk because it's not done. It's not done, in my opinion. There is something else coming. I don't know if it pertains to Brian. I don't know if it pertains to the three other unidentified males. I don't fucking know. All I know is I want those three other men motherfucking identified. And I don't care how they have to do it. I don't care if the FBI has to literally go seize the profiles from the lab via a DOJ warrant. Do it. I don't care. Go get the profiles, put them into Prometheus, find out who the fuck they are. This isn't that hard. It's super simple. You had no problem doing it with Brian's fucking DNA, so do it with the other three. Put that shit in Prometheus immediately. You'll have your fucking answer in under 48 hours. So just do it. Quit fucking around. Enough of the bullshit. Okay? FBI, hope you're listening. I know you motherfuckers are listening. I don't care. Come knock on my door. I'll say the same shit to your face. Send the investigators to my door to question me about why I'm over here on the interwebs running my mouth. This is why. And I'll show you the black and white documentation that can back what the fuck I'm saying. And then you can carry your happy little agent asses, okay? Go glow over there at fucking Bill Thompson. Send your fucking glow sticks over to Bill Thompson. Ask him why he didn't pursue the other males. Don't come and question me. Don't send agents to my house to ask me about why I'm running my mouth on the fucking internet. Okay? Absolutely not. Your FBI agents should be going to Bill Thompson. Okay? Send the fucking glowies that way. But I'm not even playing around anymore. I'm not even playing around. FBI, handle it. Handle it. This is what we pay you to do. This is what our tax money fucking funds you for. Specifically, our money is for you to handle law enforcement when states and locals won't fucking do it. When they turn a blind eye, when they fucking ignore evidence, when they overlook evidence. Okay? FBI, Cash Patel, go get the three other men's profiles that they never identified and put that shit in Prometheus. Identify them. And if the state won't charge them, you should. Federally indict all fucking three. And then maybe somebody somewhere is going to start coughing it the fuck up. What really happened? Maybe somebody somewhere is going to start actually fucking talking. Real truth here about what really went down. What really is going on. Sorry. Just my opinion. These are all just my brainworms and my opinions. And when I tell you I'm so unbelievably heated at the fact that the fucking billions of dollars that we give to the goddamn FBI and all this money we pay them, all of the resources, all of the fucking, every little toy and tool they have, they got with our fucking money, And they aren't using it to identify these three motherfuckers when the state is overlooking them. What the fuck? Sorry. Sorry. It is what it is. Look, they're all clicking in now. Look, they're all clicking in now. Hi, FBI. Hello. Hi, Spooks. Are you listening? I hope you can hear me. They're all coming in now. Hello, Spooks. Welcome. 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 FBI, why the fuck aren't you going and getting the three profiles of the unknown men who were left at this crime scene and identifying them? Okay? Sorry. I need the FBI to handle that because the state isn't going to do it. And this is what we pay you to do, FBI. This is precisely what we pay you to do. Dad Burn. Hello. Yeah, sorry, guys. I know. I go off on tangents. It is what it is. You know, it is what it is. That's why we're here. You get my brainworms. You get to listen to me fucking freak the fuck out. And I'm never going to stop talking about it. There are three other men's distinct, unique profiles recovered from this fucking crime scene. Two of them are blood. One of them is mixed with the victim's DNA on the back of the fucking sheet. The state never bothered to identify them, so FBI agents, spooks, glowies, if you're listening, put a word in to your leader, Cash Patel there, and find a way to go get those three profiles from the ISP lab and put them in fucking Prometheus so that you can identify them and federally indict the three motherfuckers who the state didn't want to identify. The state didn't want to pursue them. The state didn't want to identify them, feds. So you need to. Do it with Prometheus. You can. It's legal. You already did. You do it all the time. So you might as well just do it now. Might as well just do it now, feds. You do it all the time, even though you know you shouldn't. We all know you go into the fucking DNA databases. You're not supposed to. You do it all the time. So just do it. Do it for these three. We all know you don't give a fuck about the ethics and the rights, right? The rights are irrelevant. You're going to do what you need to do to get to the person you fucking are trying to get to, right? Even if that means you have to upload their DNA because you can't identify them through CODIS or any other way, right? So, you know, you're going to upload that profile to Prometheus as though you're the owner of the profile so that you can identify the profile. Cool. Great. Awesome. Great, FBI. We know you do that. So just do it again. Do it again and identify the other three. What the fuck? How have you not already identified them and indicted them? How has it not been done? Sorry. I'm never going to stop talking about it, friends. Ever, ever, ever. It is what it is. Christopher Cooper, your comments being erased? I don't know. I can only see like a couple comments at a time from my phone, so I'm not sure. I don't think anybody's erasing comments. My mods don't do that usually. Yeah, 2 cent unpent. Exactly. You can't help it with this case. Yeah, will the real FBI please stand up? Thank you, Donna. Thank you, Donna. Agreed. Will the real FBI please stand up? Go get. I don't care. Do it via a DOJ warrant. Seize the 3 unidentified male profiles that are at the ISP lab before they fucking destroy them. Before they hear this and fucking destroy them. Okay? Go seize them. And then just upload them to Prometheus as though you own them. Just pretend you own the profile. Put it in Prometheus and you'll know by fucking tomorrow morning who they belong to. Just do it. FBI. Will the real FBI please stand up? So, you know, I'm going to end my rant. I think we've been here long enough. I appreciate everybody who came up. Bootsy, congratulations. Sally, I meant what I said, darling. If you need anything at all, please reach out to us to let us know. Okay? We don't mind. We all help each other around here when we can. And yeah, don't forget to give it a thumbs up for the FBI. Okay, give it a thumbs up if you like the FBI and you want the FBI to identify the 3 unknown males that were found at the crime scene. Please give this live stream a huge thumbs up if you want the FBI to identify the 3 unknown males that Bill Thompson never bothered to have his lab people pursue and have his investigators pursue. Don't forget, share it out with your friends, tell everybody, go ahead and start asking the questions. Put the questions out to everyone. Send the questions to Ashley Jennings. Send the questions to the FBI. Send the questions to Bill Thompson, Anjanette Levy, Brian Enton, News Nation. Brian Enton, here's what I want you to do, sir. I want you to read the state's objection to the defendant's offer of proof regarding the alternate perpetrators. Read the whole thing to your audience. Read it to Olivia. Just read it to them. The state's objection to the defendant's offer of proof regarding alternate perpetrators concedes male blood B, male blood D, and another male's DNA on the back of the sheath mixed with the victim's. Okay? It is what it is. So, if all of these people want to keep talking about this case, the only thing, in my opinion, they should be talking about is, hey, Bill Thompson, Ashley Jennings, whose call was it to ignore these 3 other profiles? Who? Right? And then from there, I'm sorry. It is what it is, but we need to start demanding why? Why were they not identified? Because if you're taking the time to clear alternate suspects, eliminate alternate suspect DNA from this profile on the back of the sheet, if you're able to eliminate other people, so the sample on the back of the sheet is important enough that you're going to use it to eliminate certain people, but it's not important enough to do the exact same thing that you did with the other sample you got off the sheet, right? So you got Q11, Q14, both of them are completely separate and unique and distinct profiles, and yet for some reason, Q11 is the only one you go with. But that other male that's on the back of the sheet actually mixed in with the victim DNA that is testing presumptive positive for blood. You never, ever, ever pursue it or identify it. Instead, you have a profile created so that when you're starting to get other comparison profiles, you're doing that for elimination purposes. So it's super interesting that the profile Q14, the Q14 profile developed from the back of the sheet, is good enough to be used for elimination, but it's not good enough to be uploaded into CODIS or subjected to IgG. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Bullshit. Absolute horse shit is what that is. You are intentionally ignoring the other profiles. You're intentionally ignoring them at that point because male blood B, male blood D, and the male found on the back of the sheet mixed with the victim, every single one of them had a profile developed and they're all distinct and unique, separate from one another. 3. All 3 are different. You developed profiles from them and only one. Think about that. Out of this whole crime scene, they have 4, what they're considering to be 4 unique, distinct, separate profiles, 2 coming from the sheath itself. one of those profiles, they develop profiles for all four. Isn't that super interesting? Only one goes into CODIS and goes for IgG. Only one. Fucked up. It's absolutely fucked up. And I would love to hear the excuse that they're going to try to use. Oh, well, the one from the back of the sheet, it wasn't eligible for CODIS. The sample it wasn't big enough, right? It was big enough for you to build a profile that you use to eliminate other people. So fuck all the way off into the sun. Fuck all the way off into the sun. If you developed a profile and you are using that profile for elimination purposes against other profiles, people who are submitting their DNA to be eliminated, right? You can fuck all the way off into the sun saying it's not eligible for CODIS. It absolutely is. It came from the back of the sheath and it was mixed with the victim DNA. And you developed a profile from it. What the fuck do you mean it's not eligible for CODIS? Stop it. Stop it. They're lying. There is no way Q11 was eligible for CODIS and Q14 wasn't. There's no way 2 fucking blood droplets recovered from the crime scene aren't eligible for CODIS. They're eligible if you built profiles from them. Fuck off. If the samples were large enough for you to obtain and build profiles from, then they're absolutely eligible for CODIS and IgG. So the point that I'm getting at is Q11, Q14, both found on the back of the sheet, on the sheet itself, which the state claims is their only piece of evidence in this case. It's their only fucking piece of evidence. Their main piece of evidence is this sheet. And they want to try to convince you that this sample Q14, even though they developed a profile from it and used that profile to eliminate other people, they are going to try to convince you it's not eligible for CODIS when it absolutely is. If you built a profile from it, it's eligible for CODIS. If you're using it for elimination, it's eligible. It came from your fucking crime scene. It came off your main piece of evidence. Just stop. Just fucking stop. Okay? I'm sorry. I'm so very sorry to be the bearer of bad news here. But fact of the matter is you have 4 profiles altogether that they created from this crime scene that they believe to be suspect profiles. This is why they're creating the fucking profile to begin with. They're deeming it a suspect profile. The whole reason they're having the lab create it. So if you have your lab creating these fucking profiles from these 4 major samples that you believe are the most pertinent, and you're developing profiles from them, all 4 should have went to CODIS. All 4 should have been subjected to IgG if you couldn't identify them via CODIS or another way. Know what I mean? And that's just my opinion. It really is. I had the biggest rant, rave, tangent today, friends. Holy shit. Oh my God. I wonder how many people unsubscribed after my fucking tangent today. Ashley K, hello. How are you? Welcome on in. Yeah, Ashley thinks Brian was framed. Well, you're entitled to that opinion, darling. I'm not going to knock you for it. Bad Mom Bree, hello. Matrix, hello. How are you? Chrissy's Chaos, you're back. Or have you been back this whole time? So yeah, sorry for the rant, friends, but the shit really bothers me. It really bothers me so much. Jasmine, hello. Prosecutor, disgusting. This is sad. Yes, I agree, honey. I agree. It is sad. It is sad because if the samples are large enough for you to build profiles, right? If the samples are large enough for you to build profiles, then all of those profiles should have been identified the same way you identified his. Whatever road you traveled to figure out him with his DNA is the same road you should have traveled for the other motherfuckers. Period. End of story. In my opinion. But I don't know shit. Leslie and Billy, why aren't the parents screaming? I mean, that's what I'm saying. They're not even my kids, and I got to tell you, I know I'm on this live screaming. I'm raging. You can call it whatever you want. Miss Potts is crashing the fuck out. Maybe that's what we'll call this, the crash out fucking stream. I'm gonna retitle it, FBI fucking crash out by Miss Potts or something. You know. We'll get something super fucking catchy so that hopefully we could spread it far and wide. Okay? Far and wide. Let's retitle it, I'll go back and retitle it. Not even kidding you. Like, it's absolutely insane. Michelle F., new member. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. Look at you. You're looking so good and green. Thanks, honey. I appreciate you becoming a member. That's so awesome of you. Thank you. Tommy boy, we write at midnight. Word, Corey, welcome in. I love you right back. Thanks for hanging out. You guys are awesome. Yeah, it's fucking Snark Week. That's right. Meg P. Snark Week. You're in the Snark Tank on a Friday morning. That's where we are. We're just hanging out in the Snark Tank. Okay? It is what it is. Bad Mom Bear, they don't get to cherry pick what evidence. Yes, they test. Agreed. That's why I'm so pissed. These aren't even my kids, and I'm crashing the fuck out over it. Not gonna lie. 3 unidentified motherfuckers that you had their DNA, you built profiles. Why didn't you also send them to Othram? What the fuck? And why aren't you doing it now? Fuck Othram. Don't even use Othram. I want the FBI, I want the DOJ to go literally seize them from ISP Lab. Seize them and put them in Prometheus. It is the quickest, most efficient way to do it. Does it violate Prometheus terms of service and user agreement? It does. It absolutely does. But that's okay. They do it all the time. They do it all the time. So fuck it. They don't care about the terms of service. They don't care about any of that. If they find your DNA at a crime scene and they can't identify you and they want to backdoor it, they're going to. So, that being said, backdoor these 3 motherfuckers and identify them and indict them. Make it fucking happen. Period. And I think I've crashed out enough. Today. No, we don't want Parabon in there, William. Good to see you, sir. We don't want Parabon touching it. We don't want Parabon. We don't want Othram. You know who I want handling it? I want fucking DOJ. I want Cash Patel to send his right-hand man out to motherfucking ISP Lab with a goddamn warrant to seize the profiles from the lab. And then you collect them, and you fly them back, and you upload them to Prometheus. You bring them back to Quantico and put them in Prometheus. It's not that fucking hard. Go seize them, bring them back to Quantico, put them in Prometheus as though you own them. Just like you do all the time. Just do it, Feds. Cash. Come on, bro. I love you, Cash Patel. Love ya. Come on, bro. Handle this shit. Stop it. Go seize those samples and those profiles. Go seize the raw data from the lab. And then all you got to do is bring it back to Quantico. Put it in a thumb drive, whatever it is you need to do. Bring your own little thumb drive with you, hard drive. That way you can put it all on wherever you need to. Put it on whatever you need to. Fly it back to Quantico. Put that shit in Prometheus. Hurry up. We need these motherfuckers identified like yesterday, FBI. Okay? Cash. We need these motherfuckers identified like yesterday, like 3 years ago, is when they should have been identified. Okay? Exactly. Go off. Go off, everyone. Queens and kings out there, go off. And don't stop until they identify these three motherfuckers that the state chose to ignore. And if anybody tries to call, oh my God, you'd be so, I wish you would just stop swearing so much. Why do you swear so much? Because I can. Because I want to, because I don't care if you don't like swearing, because this is America, because free speech, because fuck off into the sun. That's why. There's so many reasons why I can swear as much as I want, even if I wanted to have every other word that comes out of my mouth a swear word, I can do that, right? You don't have to take me seriously. You don't have to listen to anything I say. You don't have to believe anything I say. But, I don't care if you don't like it that, oh my God, I don't like it when creators swear. You'd be so much prettier if you just didn't swear. Did you ever think that maybe I don't give two shits about whether or not someone thinks I'm pretty? I don't care if you think I'm pretty. What would even make you think that, right? What kind of narcissist are you that you think someone like me cares about looks? I don't care if you think I'm pretty. I'm old AF. I'm literally old AF. I don't expect anybody to think I'm pretty because I know I'm old AF. This ain't about being pretty. I don't need to get on here and show you my face with my tits all up in the camera trying to talk about something because that's not how I roll. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't need to put on a mini skirt, hooker boots, have my tits shoved up to my chin, and then stick my phone in my face to give you my opinions on something. I can just give you my opinions without ever showing my fucking face at all. Because it's not about whether or not you think I'm pretty. Michael Myers ain't fucking pretty. You know what I'm saying? Michael Myers is an ugly motherfucker. That's why Michael Myers is actually up here in the profile pic. You know what I mean? This ain't about being pretty, bro. This is true crime. I don't give a fuck if you think I'm pretty. We're talking about a true crime case where 4 kids were horribly fucking murdered in their home, okay? And for whatever reason, the people prosecuting the fucking case say, oh, well, we're going to have you develop profiles for these 3 people over here. Like, we know we got these samples and we got these profiles, but listen, we're only going to use those for elimination purposes. We're not actually trying to identify them. We're just going to use it to eliminate other people. And they've never been identified till this day. Okay? So it ain't about looks. It ain't about being pretty. I don't need you to see my tits, okay? Or any of that for you to like or dislike my opinion. Doesn't matter. You can agree. We can disagree. Doesn't matter. But I definitely don't need to show you my tits. That's for sure. Just so we're clear. Never going to happen. Okay? You're never going to. It's very rare that you're going to see me on camera. And even when you do, I'm probably going to look real fucking ugly when it happens. So just, I don't give a fuck if you think I'm pretty. You understand? These are some of the things, by the way, I'm having people say to me. Okay, just so we're clear, friends. They're like, oh my God, you'd be so much prettier if you just swore less. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure that would fix it. I'm sure that would just fix everything if I just didn't swear, you fucking twit. You know what I mean? Absolute fucking twits. They really are. It's wild to see some of the comments. It's wild to see some of these comments. I had a lady the other day who told me literally, she said, oh my God, you should just kill yourself because of my audio was so bad. She's like, you should just kill yourself because of your bad audio. I'm like, I hope it says more about you than it does me. There was some asshole, God rest Tommy Jude, by the way. I didn't know him like everybody else did. Okay? I'm sorry to hear about Tommy. I really am. I didn't know him like everybody else did. I didn't watch him like everybody else did. I'm not saying that as a knock. It's just that, like, some of these people who do live streams, their lives are very, very, very long, 2, 3, 4 hours. I can't, or even if I'm replay crew, I'm going at 2 speed, right? Because I can't just watch a 4 hour live on replay and stuff like that. But I try to get through as much as I can. But there was some asshole, okay, who came into my chat the other day, like the piece of shit they are. I hope they're listening right now because they are the biggest piece of shit on the planet. They came into my chat and they said that my audio is the reason Tommy Jude got cancer. Okay. There's somebody who said that the other night when I was trying to do like an audio check in a live and fix it. They said that. And I was just like absolutely blown away that someone said that, you know, as far as like talking about Tommy like that. Like, I get it. My audio sucks sometimes. It is what it is. You guys know I always try to fix it and I'll delete it. I'm not going to leave it up and let it be monetized if the audio and it's terrible. I'll just put it to private. I'm not trying to waste anybody's time. But yeah, there was somebody who said that the other night in my chat. And I left their comment up on screen so everybody could see it and see their name and see who they are. So even though, like, maybe that was the one I deleted, though. I'm not sure. It might have been the video I ended up deleting because the audio was really bad. But yeah. Circus Music. How did you get a membership? Did I just see Circus Music in here? How'd Circus Music get a membership? You must have got it gifted, is my guess, because I know you probably did. You join Circus Music, or were you gifted a membership? Do I watch Lana? Yeah, I watch Lana. I'm one of her mods. I talk to her every day. Yeah, I watch Lana. Witchy, good morning. How'd Circus Music get a membership? It must have been gifted. But yes, Circus Music. I do watch Lana. Why? What's your question? Witchy, good to see you. Welcome on in. Paco, they have the wrong guy in custody, is my opinion. Oh, I know that's your opinion, honey. And I will never knock you for it. I won't. I don't knock anybody who thinks he is entirely innocent. I'm not here to say you're wrong, you're right. You know what I mean? That's not what it's about for me. I don't even care if somebody thinks I'm wrong or I'm right. You know what I mean? FOIA and find out. Also, a member. Who's that? That's someone who's changed their name. It's not Lana because she's a mod. So who's FOIA and find out? You changed your name. So who's that? Ashley K. They definitely have the wrong man in prison. Multiple perpetrators are on the loose getting away with this shit. Okay. Chad T is for you and find out. Sweet. What up, Chad T? Welcome on in. Chad T, what up, homie? What up, gangsta? Oh, I hit my vape too hard. Hang on. Lucy, darling, right brain. Holy shit, why am I just seeing you? Have you been here this whole time? Wait a minute. Maybe I did see, like, was that you with all the laughing emojis earlier? Good morning, right brain. Hello. How are you? I hope you're feeling better. Hopefully you're feeling better, honey. Now Circus Music disappears. Like, what the fuck, Circus Music? You come in, you ask a question, I answer it, I ask you a question back, and you leave. What the fuck? Circus Music. Always trolling me and shit. How'd you get a fucking membership here? Damn it. I know YouTube picks that shit at random. I'm just messing with you, Circus Music. I know Circus Music. think there was a couple times I had to time that person out. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. Sorry, Circus Music, if I'm confusing you with someone else, but I don't think I am. How'd you get a membership here? Echo 444. Welcome in, new member. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Green looks good on you. Lisser, hello. How you doing, Lisser? Also a member. Welcome, welcome. I'm just messing with Circus Music. Come on, guys. Everybody calm down. We're just having fun. I'm fucking witch cackling over here, hanging out in my broom. We're just having fun. No, Circus Music, though, I'm telling you, I know I'm right about that one. Circus Music used to troll me, I think. Pretty sure she used to, he, she, they, whoever the fuck it is. Okay? A couple times I got into it with that person, maybe in someone else's chat. I don't fully remember the situation or the scenario, but I do distinctly remember telling Circus Music to fuck off into the sun at one point. And now they have a membership. So, hey, welcome in, member. I crack myself up sometimes, guys. I really do. I told you. I really do just enjoy my life every day. I do. And the older I get, the less I care. That's kind of what's crazy about it. The older I get, the less I care. And it's like I used to have no filter to begin with, but now it's like whatever little filter that I did initially have in my brain that God gave me at the beginning of my life, right? Whatever little filter was there, it's definitely disintegrated to zero. It's non-existent. It's gone. It's absolutely gone. I can't even help myself sometimes. The brain thinks it, the mouth just spits it out, and it doesn't even go through that should I say this thing. The thought doesn't even go through the should I say this filter that most people have. And maybe that's a good thing, maybe that's a bad thing. I'm really not sure how that's going to work out for me going in the future in my life. But it is what it is, and we're rolling with it. We're just rolling with it. I just happen to know that whatever little filter I did have any time in my life, it's gone. It's totally gone, and it is what it is. So, and I think it's also like, it's just because I'm older and stuff too now, right? So like I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, and I know a little bit more, and it's like, well, that doesn't seem right. And I got to tell you, I want to end it on a good note. I really do. I did try to go live yesterday, and say like at the end of the day, like this is really what it's about is the 4 victims, right? It's about the 4 victims. And I hope everybody understands that even in my tangents, my rants, my swearing, my anger, my frustration, all of it, it all comes from a place where if these were my kids' friends, people I knew, I would be absolutely not enraged to the point that I would commit violence or demand violence. It's nothing like that. But I would never, ever stop being so far up the prosecutor's sphincter. Ever, 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 until the 3 others are identified and charged accordingly. So I hope everybody knows that. That is where I'm coming from. This is literally coming from a place of, absolute, like I have a kid their age. And I'm trying to put myself in those shoes. And no, you know, um, I'm trying to see the chat. Hang on, guys. No, I'm leaving now. Okay. Circus music. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. I don't know how they got a membership, but it is what it is. YouTube gets that shit randomly, you know. Um, Circus music doesn't have to leave at all. I was answering your question. You literally put a question in my chat. I answered your question and asked you a question and you didn't answer. Like, what the fuck? Know what I mean? It's all coming back to me now. This is why I'm surprised you have a membership. Know what I mean? It's why I said, how'd you get a membership? I know you didn't pay for one. I know you didn't pay for a membership. It was gifted to you, is my guess. I was asking. Know what I mean? I'm trying to scroll up, but I can only see like 3 comments at a time on my phone, which I made clear multiple times throughout the live. I can't. I can only see a couple of comments at a time. I don't see their comment other than, oh, okay, yes, I was gifted for some reason. Oh, you said you can't watch long lives. Right. I don't usually watch Lana's long lives. I come in, I pop in, I say hi, I hang out for a minute, I leave. Because I'm usually doing other things. But when she is live, I do try to pop in, say hi, hang out for as long as I can, and then I'm out. I do that because I'm a mod. You understand, right? Because I'm a mod for her, circus music. So this is what I mean. So circus music is coming in trying to say, oh, if you can't watch long lives, well, what do you mean? I thought you watch Lana. Yeah, I do watch Lana, just like everybody else, and most everybody else doesn't sit there for the full 4 or 5 hour live. They come in, they go do other things, you know. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't understand why this is such a hard concept for you, darling. Circus music. I can't stay for the whole live. No, I can't. Especially a live that's going at like 1 in the morning. I'm almost never awake for one of those. So I don't know why it's such a hard concept. It's, you know, I get it. You know, I don't know you in real life or anything. Maybe you just have a problem with comprehension. Some people have comprehension issues. It's fine. Maybe you have a, you know, something that prevents you from comprehending information properly when you hear it. But no, I was asking, I was assuming you got gifted, but I also didn't want to assume. I was asking, how did you get a membership? I wasn't trying to be poison to you, circus music. I wasn't trying to hurt your fairy little feelings. That's not what I was doing. Okay? It's okay. You can leave, honey. It's fine. I was just saying, you know, I knew you didn't probably pay for a membership. You got gifted one because YouTube picks them at random. And what you should do when someone gifts you a membership, what you should do instead of coming into their live and into their chat to be a douchebag to the host, right? Instead of doing that, you know what you should do? You come in and you say, thank you for the gifted membership. That's usually what most people do. They say, thank you, whoever gifted me a membership. And then they dip out. Even if you don't want to listen to me, just dip out then. But really, what the proper, appropriate thing to do is just say, thank you so much, whoever gifted me a membership, even if you're not a fan of the channel. You understand? Here's what's even crazier, circus music. The reason you got gifted is because you're subscribed. When YouTube picks at random on gifted memberships, honey, it's picking random people who are already subscribed. Aw, that's super awkward. That's wicked awkward, isn't it? But I mean, really, circus music, no hard feelings. Like, I'm not dogging you. I'm not trying to be poison to you. I just knew right away when I saw your name in green, there's no way you actually paid for a membership on your own. I knew that right away. And I knew you were probably going to say something like what you said. Oh, well, if you don't watch long lives, don't you watch Lana? Yeah, and you think I'm there for the whole 5, 6, 7 hour live? Are you high? Are you actually high? No. I can't stick around for anybody's lives that is that long, ever. Just so we're clear. It doesn't matter who it is. Literally, it doesn't matter who it is. So, you know, thanks for being a subscriber, though, honey. I hope you have an awesome Friday, Circus Music. Go enjoy your day, darling. Thanks for being a subscriber, and you're welcome for your gifted membership. You're welcome. You probably got the Maximum Snark membership, too, which, I wish I could take it back. I wish I could. But it's okay. You're good. Enjoy your Friday, darling. Detective Mallory, you sandbagging son of a bitch. Good to see you. Where have you been? So good to see you, sir. Where have you been? Let me guess. Fucking with somebody's evidence somewhere in someone else's case? Is that what you were doing? Fucking around with somebody else's evidence in their case? Hi, Detective Mallory. Good to see you. Gina P., hello. Mittens for Kittens. Oh, my goodness. Hello. Lily Rose. Hello. Fizzy Cake. We're on a roll today, friends. The snark is flowing. I'm fired up. I've been fired up since about 7 a.m. Okay, I got about 6 espresso shots in me from Starbucks on ice with my extra salty caramel cold foam. We're ready to go. I've got about what? It's 11:09. I got like 10 more minutes here, and then I'm dipping out. We'll read some comments. We'll have some giggles. I really did want to end it on a good note, though, and then, of course, Circus Music got to come in and be the wet fucking blanket they always are, Ugh, so annoying. So anyways, on a positive note, everything I say regarding this case, when I tell you the only thing I care about is the other men that were not identified, I respectfully mean that. And if all you care about is trying to prove Brian is still innocent, that is fine. You are more than welcome to do that. I won't knock you for it. But the only thing I care about going forward for me is the forensic record and the 3 other unidentified males. I want the DOJ to issue a warrant to seize the raw data for those profiles that IFP Lab admits they still have. They may have consumed the sample, but they still have the fucking profile. It's in Riley Nowlin's own communications and shit, and it's in their own lab stuff. So I don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it. DOJ needs to immediately go seize all of the raw data, everything for those profiles, and go ahead and stuff them right into Prometheus. And they'll have an answer by tomorrow afternoon as to who those profiles belong to. And honestly, that's why I'm going to continue to talk about it and why it's the only thing I'm concerned with, because these 4 people, these 4 young adults, okay, in my opinion, did not, whatever happened, whatever happened here, whatever that truth is, okay, it just needs to be said, because that is what is actual justice for these 4 young adults who, by all accounts, for no reason, were literally taken off of this earth in the prime of their lives. For no reason. Seemingly, for no reason at all. There is no motive. There is no nothing. There's nothing. Right? There's nothing. We have no motive, no reason, no nothing. So you're trying to tell me that we're supposed to just accept it. Just don't ask questions. Don't continue to ask questions no matter what you read, no matter what you see that we release. Don't ask questions. Just trust us. It's only him, even though we're admitting there were 3 other unknown males that we developed profiles for and never identified them. And you want me to believe that's justice for these 4 young adults. That's sick in the head. It's mental. No one should believe that. You should never be gaslit or emotionally manipulated into believing that you need to accept that it is okay that these three other males were ignored and not identified. No, no, you don't need, no, because it's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. And they won't be able to back it up with factual evidence for the basis to ignore it, other than to use it for elimination. So I'm just saying, I'm just saying, really bothers me a lot. It really, really bothers me a lot. So, um, and the reason it bothers me is because it would seem, by all accounts, like these four kids literally were just in the prime of their life. Fucking, they had a night of partying and went like stop, and then next thing you know, like someone's in the house and they have to fight intruders or whatever happened. Okay, whatever happened. Someone's trying to rob the place. They got to fight the people who are trying to. I have no idea. Okay, but whatever the actual truth is here, it just needs to be said because what they're trying to say is the truth. It makes fucking no sense at all. It makes zero sense at all. Zero. There's three other unidentified males. And the only way you're going to have true justice for these four kids, the only way they can claim they got true justice, by they, I mean the state prosecutors, the investigators, Hurwitz, Jeff Knight, anybody who ever decides they're going to comment on this case because they worked it. Anyone, law enforcement, whoever that was involved in the case. Anytime they decide they want to comment on it or give a media interview or whatever the case may be, they shouldn't even be allowed to answer any fucking questions outside of why were these three others ignored? Whose call was that? And do you ever plan on pursuing identifying those three? It's all they should be asking. Never mind all this bullshit about, Koberger. He pled. Why are you still trying to make him look bad, right? Because that's all that the media is trying to do. When they do interviews or when they do talk about it, they're still just trying to make him look bad in some way. And, like, hey, creep this and, fucking killer that and monster this and, and it's fine. They can do that, right? They're entitled to their opinions too. If they want to call him a fucking monster serial killer all day, let them, I guess I'm just coming from the standpoint of like, how are we reading the same things? How are we reading the same things and you're just blatantly ignoring this one? These one or two very, very pertinent filings from the state conceding at minimum three other unidentified males. How are you even pretending that information isn't there and not addressing it? I don't know. I want these four kids, if for the people who say let them rest in peace, leave them alone. I'm not trying to besmirch them. I'm not trying to besmirch their families. Do I have questions? Are they hard questions? Yes. I'm more coming from the aspect of towards the investigators, the lead prosecutor, the lead investigators. This is where my problem is. That's kind of where my issues, who my issues are with. My issues are not with the families, right? I know there are people who have issues with the families. The families are not my issue. I have no issue with them. I'm never ever going to be like, oh, they should do this or they should do that. I don't know. I don't know what I would do in that situation other than be just a huge pain in the ass to the prosecutor, to the people handling my kid's case, right? And that's why I'm super interested to know, like, when did the families become aware there was other male DNA never identified? When did they know that? When did they learn that? Those are my questions. I have no idea. I truly don't. Did they just learn it when all the documents came out like the rest of us? Were they told maybe, a little bit prior because the documents were going to come out? they were given a little bit of a heads up. I have no idea, but you know, I don't understand how you read through this stuff and you're just like, yeah, no, it doesn't matter that even though they have these three other male profiles that they developed, and they're using those three males to compare for comparison purposes and elimination purposes against these other possible subjects and suspects who've submitted their DNA and stuff that we've taken DNA from. It's insane to me. They have the profiles. They have them. So I just I just really, really hope that, you know, anybody who thinks that this is coming from a malicious place, it's not. It's really not. I'm literally coming from the place of, oh my God, I could not imagine if this is my kid, because I have a kid that age, and I I got to tell you that it is what it is. I'm going to do everything that I can absolutely do to try to find out, what do you mean three other men were not identified? Two of them left their blood? Excuse me? One of the blood is inside the house. Really? Do you get what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. Mercy Cat. Oh my goodness. Darling, I have missed you so terribly, terribly, terribly. I sent out your Thanksgiving card yesterday, darling. I miss you so much. I love it that you share Elroy with us. It is my favorite thing to see Elroy. Listen, if you guys do not follow Mercy Cat and her dog Elroy, okay, you should go subscribe every day. It's just the happiest, sweetest, wholesome thing you can see. It's her dog Elroy every day. He's amazing. King Elroy. Thank you so much, Mercy Cat. Did you gift memberships? Is that what you did too? You gifted 10 memberships? Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Mercy Cat. You're amazing. I truly appreciate you, honey. As always, checking in from work. Well, I hope you're staying safe and taking care of yourself, enjoying the rest of what's left of what seems like fall until we start getting really cold. Unless it's already really cold where you are. I don't know. It might be. Oh, I miss you so much, Mercy Cat. I hope you're having an awesome Friday. Thank you so much for being here. Can I pet that dog? Yeah, right. Congratulations, new members. Welcome in. Welcome in. Typically unique. Hello. Good to see you. Oh my goodness. I can't see on my end like who got turned green, but if you did get turned green, thank Mercy Cat. She's always one of my biggest supporters. She's amazing. She's a wonderful human being in actual real life. Real life. She's an amazing human being. And if you do not follow her, you should. You should. Because it's just pure serotonin, her channel. That's all that it is. It's pure joy and serotonin. What's sickening, Paco? What's happening, guys? I can only see a couple comments at a time. Am I just missing something in chat? Can I pet that dog? Paco, what did you just say? Sai and Pav are in touch? Oh, dear God. I love you so much, Paco. But I'm going to need Sai Ray to confirm that for me. But I love you, Paco. Yeah, you got to watch her, Roddy, for sure. 2 cent unpent. Yes. Yes. It's just pure joy and serotonin. And we should end the day on pure joy and serotonin, which is Mercy Cat's dog. So go give Mercy Cat a subscribe, a like. Make sure, go watch all of the shorts. Go watch all of the videos. Tell you right now, love, 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 love King Elroy. Lawsuits are on their way, Paco says. Well, hey, you're probably right, Brent. I'm not here to tell you you're wrong. I'm not here to tell you you're right. But listen, I do appreciate it, though, when we don't talk about other creators in chat. And the only reason that I ask that is simply because, right? So like I don't mind it when if I tell my mods to like drop some people's links and things like that. But listen, Paco, I love you. But if you believe him, that's great. But, I just don't. It is what it is. You guys can love, support, do all the good things, right? I just would appreciate it if, like, we're not trying to hype up other creators who are much, much larger than me and definitely don't need to be mentioned over here on my channel. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Lucy. Thank you, Lucy. There's Mercy Cat's link right there. But I love you, Paco. I love you. It's just always, I just try to keep the whole, like, let's not mention other creators in chat, like, unless if I play, like, Christy, if I play one of her, like, body cam videos she got or something like that, I will tell my mods to link that person, like Lana, right? Because I will be sharing other people's stuff. But I like to try to keep it to where we don't talk about other creators in chat. You know, it's fine. Like, it's fine if you believe him and you agree with everything he says and all of that good stuff. That's fine. You're entitled to that, honey. I'm never going to tell you what to think ever. I don't subscribe to the same views or the same beliefs and definitely don't follow that person or listen to them. But I respect everybody else who does. Exactly, Colleen. Right. It's exactly. Don't need the drama, Colleen. Right. It kind of like I don't know. I do feel like it does cause drama too. It does. So, but at the end of the day, this is about, like I said, it's about these four young adults. I do hope. I really do. I do hope all the time. Pray all the time. Please, like, please, if there is a way to make it happen, that somehow the three unidentified males are identified. I need that to happen. However, it's going to happen. And that's just what I hope for. I hope that's what everybody else wants. I know there are some of you that are, it's more about like Brian's innocence and you're more concerned about whether or not he ends up exonerated, which is also, yes, a concern, but that's a concern for him and his attorneys. That's a concern for him and his legal team to handle, right? Technically, the bigger picture, the actual bigger picture here is that, in my opinion, true justice can't happen unless the other three unidentified males are identified. And you figure out their role in the crime and you charge them accordingly. However, that needs to happen. And that's just my opinion. And I don't know shit. And I always say, don't listen to me because I don't know shit. Read the documents yourself. Come to your own conclusions. Everyone who got gifted a membership today, welcome in new members. Brooms up, bitches. We have a lot of fun here. I swear a lot. I'm super snarky. I'm very opinionated. If that's not your cup of tea and you still got a membership anyway, all you got to do is just say thank you and then click out. You can say thank you for the gifted membership and then roll on out, Autobot. You know what I mean? That's all that needs to happen. Just say thank you for the gifted membership. Mercy Cat gifted 10 memberships today. She's amazing. Okay? Always. Mercy Cat is amazing. I want everybody to go enjoy their Friday. Stay safe. Let's go through some of these super stickers here. Leslie and Billy, thank you so much. $5 super sticker. Always truly appreciate you. Happy shopping trips. Row, member for 2 months. Leslie and Billy, new member. Leslie and Billy, new member. Wow, welcome, welcome. Too fast for fleas. Look at you with the super chat. You're so pretty. Thank you so much, as always, for always being so supportive. Echo 444, always. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate you guys' support. I know I can be super hard to listen to sometimes and very abrasive. And I really do appreciate, you hardcore motherfuckers that can handle me. I really do appreciate it. Really do. Gen 7, gangsta, as always. Thank you, OG Jen. Who else do we got here? Meg P. Oh my goodness, that's right, for my unbirthday yesterday. Thank you so much, Meg P. Beautiful Meg P. Always amazing. Michelle F. New member. Welcome, welcome. Echo 444, new member. Did I already show that one? I don't know, but welcome on in. Oh, maybe these are the gifted ones. And then Mercy Cat, gifted 10 memberships. You guys are all amazing. And I truly, truly do hope you just enjoy your Friday. You stay safe, okay? Take care of each other. And at the end of the day, I hope you know no matter how awful you think I am, every single thing I say is coming from a place of nothing but find the other three. That's it. Because that's what these kids deserve. That's what these kids deserve. Identify the other three by any means necessary. That's what these young adults deserve, in my very humble opinion. And with that, take care, everybody. Love you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all the support. Welcome all the new members. Have an awesome weekend. Stay safe. Bye. Too fast for fleas. Did I get you in my starred stuff? Thank you. You're so pretty. Thank you. Have a great weekend, Lucy. Love you. Hope you're feeling better.